one. And a pleasant good evening to you and to yours. And welcome to the Brevard Sports Network special presentation of Friday Night Lights. Live tonight here at Commodore Stadium, where it is it's senior night, it's homecoming night, it's everything all wrapped up in one. And I tell you, it's going to be a good one tonight. And here to help, going to do the play-by-play tonight is the man himself, one of the best, if not the best here in Brevard County, Anthony Knockreiner. And, of course, we're going to stand here now for the national anthem. And so let's do that. All right, the national anthem, and Alan Slaughterzinski and Anthony Knockreiner with you live from Commodore Stadium tonight. And the first FHSAA playoff rankings were released this week in Eau Gallie. And first of all, let me just say this. I have no earthly idea how the Merritt Island Mustangs ended up ahead of the Eau Gallie Commodores in that region. But they are. Merritt Island, and that's no disrespect to Merritt Island.
No.
It's just that right now, until these two teams get together, I've got Eau Gallie ranked ahead of Merritt Island. My rankings this week were Eau Gallie 1, Merritt Island 2, Cocoa 3. So, with that said, Knock, this is a huge district matchup tonight. Eau Gallie's 4th, Titusville sits 7th. What are you looking for here tonight?
I think the biggest thing for me is I want to see if there's any hangover for the Eau Gallie Commodores coming off a huge win, knocking off essentially the number one team in the county for so many years, the Cocoa Tigers, ending that Brevard County win streak. And now the Eau Gallie Commodores sit at the top of many rankings across Brevard County. And on top of that, too, I would have thought, and I agree with you, I would have thought that they would have been the first team in Brevard County in 3A, but apparently not. And so I'm very curious to see how this team responds tonight, because Titusville's, they've done some nice things. They've played some tough teams. They do have an offense. I think Eau Gallie's going to see more from Billingsley tonight, their quarterback, and that defense is going to get tested.
There you see the captains at midfield for the coin toss, and if I pay attention to this coin toss, it'll be the first one in 3 years that I have. So let's do that, actually, because I always go, who won the coin toss? And there you see your senior night captains. That's Xavier Larice wearing number 11. That's Brody Grantlin wearing 15. Wearing number 51 is Tyshawn Lang, and wearing number 26 is Julius Washington. And I think the thing to look for tonight is the keys to this one are simple for me. How is Titusville going to stop this Wildcat, okay, with the X factors tonight? And, to me, obviously football is an 11-man game, right? But to me tonight, it's the X factors against Tank and Kamari Jackson for Titusville, with a little bit of William Billingsley sprinkled in on top. that offense, how do you stop this Wildcat, Knock?
Well, that's the thing is that it's very difficult to do so. You got to get a hat on a hat, and you got to try and reestablish the line of scrimmage. The defense is going to have to get into the backfield, or the Titusville defensive line is going to have to wreak havoc and get into the backfield and really cut off the lanes for Xavier Larice. This quarterback plus one run game is very, very dangerous. Essentially goes back to the first days of football where you had 10 guys blocking on offense and one guy just picking a hole, and then hopefully you got your one defender right there. So Xavier Larice will pick and choose the holes that he wants. There's got to be a Titusville defender there as well. And so I think for Titusville, their defensive line really does have to reestablish the line of scrimmage and figure out a way to beat the offensive line off the ball, because otherwise Xavier Larice is going to pick and choose his holes. And we saw that they opened the second half last week. Xavier Larice going down the sideline to get to the outside, you're not going to catch him.
No, you sure aren't. And there you see on your screen thus far the results for these teams. Titusville comes in at 2-3 with losses to Heritage, West Orange, and Spruce Creek. Eau Gallie 3-2, their losses to TFA, the First Academy, and Vero Beach. The head coaches in this matchup, Chris Sands, his 8th year here at Eau Gallie, 58-25, and Coach Diesel, they're all bright-eyed, smiling on the right side of your screen there. His first year here, but his 3rd year overall as a head coach in Brevard County, as the Eau Gallie Commodores take the field. The Titusville Terriers have already done so. And you know what? I missed the coin toss.
Well, you and I both did, because I did not see who's actually going to open to receive this kickoff. I think it's going to be the Titusville Terriers that are going to receive this thing, and we'll see the Eau Gallie Commodores offense to start the second half. So we will see that Commodore defense. And going into last week, Alan, I mean, Gallardo and Larice, you know, this defense in whole had 5 interceptions, but 4 of those interceptions coming from those two guys, Gallardo with 1 and Xavier Larice with 3 last week, which was extremely impressive. 2 rushing touchdowns and 3 picks. More complete game can you ask for?
First quarter brought to you by the Cruise Coach, my guy Rich Brzezinski, looking to get out of town on a boat. Maybe not this weekend with a couple of hurricanes out there, but in the future, the Cruise Coach is your guy. And, of course, Dean Stewart Photography. It's senior night here, and nobody better than Dean Stewart Photography to capture those images. And this one on the ground and gets through, picked up, coming out of the left side of your screen there. Oh, he dropped him. Nice job there.
Alex Christian there on the return for a couple. And we will see William Billingsley and this Titusville offense with Kamari Jackson, Tank Harvey, Dion Bland, who caught a touchdown pass last week as well, and Brian Billingsley, the younger brother of the quarterback. We'll see what they can put together here against this tough defense for the Commodores. Xavier Larice in the safety position. Look at the freshman captain role as well at the bottom of your screen.
Now, you know we battle this windowsill right here, so bear with us on this one.
So first down and 10, ball on the 28-yard line of the Terriers here. Billingsley claps for the snap. Quick handoff to Jackson, and Jackson will be met quickly. And that looked like that was Jasquez in on the stop, the middle linebacker for the Commodores. Jasquez, the team leader in tackles so far for the Commodores.
Captain Roll also got in there, got himself half a tackle, it looked like. One thing Eau Gallie or Titusville cannot do tonight is they may not find success immediately on the ground, but they cannot abandon the run.
No, not at all. As we see 4 wide receivers. Jackson, the handoff again, coming to the near sideline, gets a block, and he'll lower his shoulder as he goes out of bounds. Be close to first down yardage, depending on the spot.
These two teams with dual pep rallies this morning on Fox Orlando, Fox 35 this morning. Man, I'm telling you, this was a great game last year during the regular season, not so much in the playoffs. 7-3 last year. Eau Gallie wins it. Controversy in that one, a fumble that wasn't called a fumble. It was, and Eau Gallie goes on to win and then blows Titusville out in the playoffs.
3rd and 1. Billingsley going to keep it himself.
Didn't get it. He's short.
Churns the legs. We'll see the spot. He just needed to get to the 38.
The white hat is Dwayne Summers tonight, and Dwayne Summers says, yeah, he got it. So that'll be a first down for Titusville. Good job by Billingsley just to get enough in there. And I like the up-tempo here.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like that they're running the football. We haven't had to see Billingsley's arm yet, but so far tonight, Jackson with a nice run, coming off the right tackle, that being Kavion Walker, the big man on that right side, number 65, and we see trips now to the far sideline. Christian, Billingsley, and I believe that is Harvey, receiver on that far side. First time to throw tonight. Billingsley escapes pressure. Peppers this one, and this one is caught. His younger brother, Brian Billingsley, gets the Terrier offense out of trouble.
That's like playing in the backyard for those two kids back from just a couple of years ago when they used to play pitch and catch. And I'll tell you what, that's a heck of a job by Billingsley to avoid that sack. He's grown up a little bit here, Knock. He gets sacked a month ago. He goes down a month ago.
Second down and about 4. Ball on the 45-yard line of the Terriers. Handoff to Jackson. Jackson has to redirect and go to a new hole, and he cannot as the Commodore defense snuffs that one out. Leading the way is Ramir Davis, the team's second leading tackler.
Well, for my money, there are some really, really good offensive lines in this county, and right now you're looking at one of them for the Titusville Terriers. Of course, you got Jeremy Priest, and along with Priest, you got center Elliot Talia, Gage Gunner, Kavion Walker, Landon Edens as well.
Third down and 4. Quick throw out to the flats to Jackson. Jackson has the first down and more as he's knocked out of bounds, and that was Gallardo, the safety, in on the stop.
It's Elliot Talia. My apologies. Elliot Talia, center Gage Gunter, right guard Kavion Walker, Landon Edens, and, of course, Priest. Got a couple of 6'5 guys on that line. And I tell you what, I like the way the Terriers have begun this. Knock. That was a nice, smart play by Billingsley.
Just give what the defense takes you, go riding into the flats. First down and 10. The Terriers operating in Commodore territory from the 47. Jackson picks his hole and turns those legs as he'll get across the 45, and he'll be stopped by Jasquez as well as Tyshawn Lang at the 42.
Nice time-consuming drive. That was another key to this game. Keep that Wildcat off. And don't let them do this to you. I thought that Titusville had to beat Eau Gallie at their own game tonight to win.
Well, and if you can eat the clock, that works all the well as we see Captain Roll and Tank Harvey matched up right now. A very interesting matchup tonight to keep an eye on as we look at second down and 5. Billingsley, the man in motion. And it'll be Billingsley, the quarterback, that keeps it. He maybe gains 2 yards as he gets to the 40, and it'll bring up third down.
Well, it's third manageable, at least for Titusville. So 8:46 to play in the opening quarter. If you're just joining us, it's homecoming here tonight. Homecoming and senior night for the Commodores, and they are in my favorite schematic uniform wise.
Yeah.
I love that Eau Gallie uniform that they got on.
William Billingsley getting the play call from Coach Diesel as we look at third down and about a long, let's call it 4, as the first down marker. They need to get to the 37, let's call it, for a first down, and looks like Billingsley's going to take a timeout. They want to discuss this third down further.
All right, we were talking about the rankings, and on the screen right now, people are looking at the difference in those rankings and the points. And let me get the bottom banner out of there, and then you'll be able to see Titusville. So there you see it right there. Merritt Island, 8.868 points. Eau Gallie, 7.839. So not only was I shocked to see that Merritt Island was ahead of Eau Gallie, but ahead of them by nearly a full point. The other thing I was kind of upset about is Brevard County, at least according to the FHSAA, doesn't have any teams in the top 100 in the state.
Wow.
Which,
that seems a bit off. I mean.
I listen, I don't care. Eau Gallie's a top 50 team to me. I don't care how far you think Coco's off. They're a top 100 team. Titusville's a top 100 team.
Very much so, and I want to get your thoughts on this because you talked about those 3 teams. 3 teams in the playoff hunt.
Certainly Merritt Island is.
Yeah, exactly. But Titusville, what do they got to do? Because they're sitting at number 7. Do you look at tonight as a must-win for them?
I don't, but they do have to win one of these 2 games against either Eau Gallie or Merritt Island. They just do. They lose them both, and they're not going to the playoffs. It's that simple.
Right now, it looks like referees are both talking, and Coach Diesel and Coach Sands out on the field right now.
I don't know what the scuttlebutt is here.
Not sure what the confusion is.
Diesel's pointing to one sideline.
Oh, I think because Billingsley's helmet came off on the previous play, I think Billingsley has to come out for the play.
That's a good pickup there, Knock, because they took the time out. I didn't think you had to do it. I thought you had a choice between taking the time. I guess you don't.
And that's a tough play to lose your quarterback for one play, especially on third down.
Well, and not a bad guy to have step in right here and tank Harvey.
Very true.
You know, I mean, you know.
But if you can see, though, look at what we're already seeing Eau Gallie's defense right now. They are going to jam up that line. I mean, Larice and I'd say Gallardo are right now playing 8 yards off that line of scrimmage right now as Gallardo jumps up.
Third short, Harvey. Oh, yeah. He
Harvey looking to throw, going to toss it up, and it's caught by Dion Bland. Bland makes a huge catch after a tough pass from Tank Harvey.
Flag down, though, and we're going to get an illegal man downfield because Tank Harvey, listen, you got to hold you. You can't do that on third down. You can't be, and I get it, they haven't played with Tank Harvey, but these are the penalties. And listen, I understand why it happened. You got a different quarterback, but this is what's going to kill you. They had over 100 yards in penalties last week. You can't have an illegal man downfield on a big play like that.
So after the 5-yard loss, it'll bring up third down and 8 now for the Terriers offense, but they will have Billingsley back out.
No, they won't.
Oh, he's out there.
Oh, is he? Okay, I'm sorry. My apologies. All right, so they do get him back. All right.
7:59 to go here in the first quarter. Right now the Terriers operating pretty significant drive, but need this third down conversion here. Harvey, the receiver, bottom of your screen. Billingsley now rolls to his right. Scanning, and Billingsley running out of time, and he's going to run out of bounds as it's a sack. And that is by the big man, Savion Johnson, and it'll bring up fourth down and long.
Great play by Savion Johnson, but Billingsley has got to cut that thing loose on third down like
At least throw it away if nothing else.
That's a coaching moment right there for sure. Diesel's going to tell him, son, you got to get rid of the football. And now Titusville's forced to punt, and a promising drive ends on a 5-yard illegal man downfield penalty.
As I say, and where Bland caught it was in between the 30 and the 20. I mean, they're starting to really approach that red zone. And unfortunately, as you mentioned, Alan, a tough drive that ends here. And we'll see Corbin, I believe, back deep.
Yeah, don't kick it to him.
Gardner will punt this one away, end over end. It'll be a short hop kick. It'll take a Terrier bounce, and it'll be all the way to the 13. So an excellent punt there by Waylon Gardner.
Yeah, good job. Keep it away from Corbin, and you get it down inside the 20, and now you force them to have to go the length of the field here in this Wildcat. 7:08 to play in the first quarter. Want to thank Rich Brzezinski and the Cruise coach. Let him take you somewhere. Listen, Brevard Sports Network promotes keeping everything local, man. I mean, that's what makes communities thrive, right? Team Limitless Travel. Follow them, and they'll take you somewhere.
And we'll have a false start on the Eau Gallie Commodores as that was T.G. Monroe in motion.
So a good start, though. I mean, listen, there was a lot of positives to take out of that opening drive for Titusville. You chewed up a lot of clock.
About 5 minutes.
Yeah, so you I think you got some things done. You just got to finish.
But that's the thing, though, and I feel like, Alan, across the county, as we see Brody Grantland in a quarterback right now, he's going to give the handoff as it is quick dive, churn the legs, powers through, and a helmet comes off as well.
Yeah, we saw this a lot last week for Eau Gallie. My guess is Xavier Larice. I love X-Man, but he lost his helmet last week about 3 times in the game. Speaking of Xavier Larice coming up at halftime, you'll see my interview I did with him early last week.
Washington was the running back. He checks out now. Corbin checks in. Larice checks in at quarterback. Second down and about 8 to go. X-Man keeps it, and he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage as he's brought down by Dwight Jenkins, the linebacker.
You smell popcorn in a microwave?
Possibly.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Something's burning. That's a good job by the Titusville defense. Last week, remember, that Wildcat went right down the field and scored on Coco.
They definitely had trouble with it. Eau Gallie now, as the weeks progress, this offense is only going to continue to get better and better. Larice with experience is going to be able to pick those holes more decisively as Corbin gets the handoff, and he is rocked by multiple defenders, but in on the stop initially for the Terriers, Jaden Mitchell.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, that's the game plan, and like you said it perfectly in the open, Knock. Get a helmet on somebody and then look for help. You have got to gang tackle these two tonight.
Yeah, and right now the Titusville Terriers will have to examine one of their guys as we have a quick break, but a good stop, as you mentioned, Alan, defensively for the Terriers. And this is also something that we kind of talked about too. Hangover. What is going to be Eau Gallie's mindset as they come into this one, because how do you come off a win? You knock off the Cocoa Tigers last week in the way that they did, ending a 27-game winning streak.
Yeah, I tell you, and that's where coaching staff comes in, because I don't think Chris Sands and company even allowed for that at all this week. I didn't see anything there that would indicate a hangover to me. A false start, okay, but it was Titusville's game plan. We didn't see that from Coco last week in terms of the gang tackling. We didn't see, 6 black shirts on the ball where we just saw 6 white shirts on the ball. So I'm not knocking Coco. What I'm saying is that it's a different game plan to attack this style of offense, and the Terriers choose to attack the football with multiple defenders.
Mm-hmm. 5:38 to play here in the first quarter. No score. Both teams have had an offensive possession, and both defenses have been stout this evening. Alex Christian will be the man back to receive this punt. Xavier Larice, he has been phenomenal this year. 18 punts, a 33.7 average, and 7 inside the 20.
I asked him how he learned how to punt. He said, I had no idea. I just picked the football up one day. Oh, yeah, he's going to kick this. I'm like, yeah. He's
a little bit of a rugby punt, playing patiently, and goes out of bounds. And it'll be first down and 10 for the Terriers at the 45.
All right. Once again, thanks to the Cruise. Coach, want to say hello to my dude up in Daytona right now. I know he's not sleeping right there, but get well, Caleb. Get well, buddy. Good news for Caleb. He is being transported tomorrow down back here to Brevard County. He'll be going to Sea Pines Rehabilitation Center for the next probably month of his life, where he will learn how to function with new hips and other issues that he currently has going on. But please continue to share Caleb's GoFundMe, and then you can find it linked at the top of our Facebook page. Here to tell you about the next Titusville Drive, my man, Anthony Knockreiner.
5:20 to go here in the first quarter. No score. Terriers with good field position here. We'll see if they can do anything with it from 1st and 10 from their own 45. William Billingsley had a touchdown pass to Alex Christian and Deion Bland last week, and rushed for one last week in their loss to Spruce Creek.
They jumped out 14-0 last week on Spruce Creek.
And Spruce Creek is a good football team.
They were 31st in the state going into that game. And the pre-snap here is, again, I cannot stress enough. And if I sound like, I'm beating a dead horse here, I am, because they're not going to win this football game playing behind the sticks or backing themselves up on 3rd down.
Here's the other thing, too. It seems like it's an issue across the county. A lot of teams have had trouble with these kinds of penalties.
Yeah.
Eau Gallie has had their issues as well. As we look at 1st down and 15, Christian the man in motion. Billingsley keeping it himself, and he'll gain about 3 yards.
Oh, my
Takes
goodness.
a hard hit there by Oliveira, the defensive tackle, the big man.
They got some big dudes up front, too, don't they? Number 44.
Yeah, Malater. That's Malater right there, and Oliveira, Savion Johnson. I mean, you kind of brought it up in your previews, which were phenomenal, by the way.
Thank you.
Even though the Eau Gallie's defense had to replace 10 guys, this defense is still firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Only giving up, 18 points per game this year?
Yeah, I mean, listen, they gave up some big plays early, but they have really settled in.
Second down in 11 now. Billingsley throws to Jackson out in the flats. Jackson's got room. Got to make a man miss, but he's quickly wrapped up by Daniel Tolvert. A great open field tackle by the linebacker.
And that's the other thing that this defense does well. How many times did we say last week, or I heard you say last week, great open field tackle by the Commodores? They are tackling well.
And that is very, very important considering the fact, you see these defenses, and as the year goes on, as they get into the postseason, you're just going to see more and more speed.
Got a big one over at Satellite Beach as Dan Burke faces his former team tonight.
Man, doesn't that feel weird to say that Dan Burke's on the other sideline of a Palm Bay Pirate team?
It does.
3:55 to play here. Third down and 7. Ball needs to get to the 45 of Eau Gallie for first. Billingsley pressured, trying to get rid of it. Throws a laser, and that one's almost caught. Christian and Harvey were the receivers there. Captain Roll was in coverage as well.
And Billingsley, we can see that time learned from his previous mistake of not getting rid of the football. Although he doesn't complete it, he doesn't take the sack either.
Well, and as we're starting to see with this game, field position is going to be huge because right now, Waylon Garner, he gets off another good punt here, forces Eau Gallie to take it from inside their own 20. Field position will continue to be in Titusville's favor.
Now you're going to have Xavier Larice back deep here knocked, which is interesting.
Again, the X-Man, very, very dangerous in the return game. Obviously, Corbin has done so much damage as this is an end over end.
They're not kicking to him either.
As Larice will pick it up from the far sideline, trying to find a hole. And we got a flag flying in late, and Larice will go out of bounds.
I'm curious as to what this flag is going to be because I think it's going to be a block in the back over there on the sideline.
Does seem like that would be in that area.
I think I saw it happen. I just wasn't sure he got him in the back. Let's see what Dwayne Summers' call is. Helmet to helmet he called, and that's helmet to helmet on that block. So that's 15 yards.
And the Eau Gallie Commodores are going to be deep in their own territory.
Yeah.
Oh, blindside block.
Blindside block. Okay, blindside block. So, yeah, it is what I saw. It was there, yeah.
So now the ball will be spotted at the 10 of the Eau Gallie Commodores.
Not ideal field position again for Eau Gallie.
Well, and again, if the Terriers can get a 3-and-out here, again, give your offense a chance for a short field. Again, Heritage had a similar situation to start the game. Drive all the way down the field, miss a field goal, had the field position battle, and they just couldn't turn it into an advantage in points. His handoff goes to Richardson. Richardson goes then tests that right side. Waylon Garner along with a lot of other Terriers on the stop. Gain of about 4 on the carry.
Test for Titusville tonight is going to be, can they keep this up for 4 quarters? Because this type of ground and pound wears on you, brother.
Yeah, it does. And like I said, especially along that defensive line. Again, you love Bill Jefferson. You love what those guys are up front. Lorenzo McCullough.
Jamarian Bookhart.
Exactly. You love what those guys bring to the table. But this offensive line can definitely wear on you, especially if this defense doesn't gets put on the field a lot. Larice with a keep himself this time.
Nice
He'll be upended, loses his helmet in the same time, and a great job there. It was Tank Harvey along with Dwight Jenkins in on the stop.
What's the over-under on X-Man's helmet coming off tonight? Right, it's 2 in the first quarter. I'm going to go with 8.
I'll go 10.
All right. He's got to come off for a play. Brody Grantland's going to come in.
Right now, ball sitting on that 15-yard line. And this Terrier defense looking at about 3rd down and a long 6.
This is huge, Doc.
Again, you give yourself a chance. Give your offense a short field if they can get off the field here.
Second time the backup quarterbacks had to come in on 3rd down for each team.
Darren Colpetzer, the receiver at the bottom of your screen. Richardson in the sidecar left to Grantland. It'll be a pop pass out to T.J. Monroe, and T.J.
Oh,
Monroe
what
is
a play.
tackled. And I'll tell you what, I got to find who sniffed that one out because I think that was the safety.
Number 5.
A 5 was it? So it was Dwight Jenkins again, along with the safety, because you saw the safety just coming right down, right with that motion.
That's just great defense on 2 drives. Eau Gallie does not have a first down in their first 2 drives yet, and that's huge for confidence-wise for Titusville. The offense is going to be gifted good field position again. They've got to do something with it.
And Larice is going to just play that kind of that duck roll, lame duck roll, as he's going to let that one, and he punts that one. It's going to take a Commodore bounce.
Wow.
And it's going to roll all the way to the 28-yard line.
What a punt, man.
And a tough break there for the Terriers because that field position, not so much.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, what is that, about a 62, 3-yard punt by him?
Yeah. Impressive. Again, just a great athlete. He can punt the ball, he can run with it, and he can pick it off.
That's 68-yard punt officially.
Wow.
68 yards. How do you learn how to punt, X? I don't know. You're going to see in the interview at halftime. I just went out one day and started punting the ball. Coach saw it and said, all right, you're the punter.
And he's very good at it as he just flipped the field on the Terriers.
He just flipped the field.
Because I'm thinking they're going to get the ball at the 40, 45 like they did last time. But now, the Terriers, they're looking at pretty much 72 yards.
41 seconds, though, left here in the first quarter. So,
first down and 10 from their own 28. Billingsley going to keep it himself. Nice run there by the senior quarterback. He'll gain about 8 yards as he gets to the 36.
I like to see more of that. I want to see Titusville keep the football on the ground more. I think their chance at success to win this football game is what we just watched.
Yeah, I mean, and you looked at it, Kamari Jackson coming off the right tackle, again, testing that inside. I also like them just throwing those little flare routes as well. They had some opportunities there. Second down and 2 for the Terriers. Last play before the end of the first quarter. Billingsley just gets it off, throws it quickly, intended for his younger brother, and it'll be incomplete, and that'll do it for the first quarter. No score here on the Brevard Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Christy Lindback with Compass, your East Coast real estate expert. When it comes to selling your home, experience and strategy matter. My team and I make sure every detail is handled, so you get top dollar and a stress-free experience. We bring in professional stagers, high-end photographers, and cinematic videographers to showcase your home at its best. Because every showing starts online and we make sure your home stands out. With consistent communication, strong negotiation skills, and local market expertise, I guide you every step of the way. Because here in Brevard, when it comes to real estate, Chrissy knows. Ready to buy or sell in Brevard? Visit Chrissy Knows and let's get started.
All right, welcome back. Knock. Let's get going with quarter number 2.
Third down and 2 for the Terriers. Billingsley's going to give it to Jackson, and Jackson is going to fall well short. Loses yardage, and the Terriers are likely going to have to punt this one away.
Yeah. So far, Knock, there you see on your screen the X factors versus Tank and Kamari. Nobody with the real advantage here yet. And during the change of possession, I'll fix the quarter. We are in the start of the second quarter. 11:35 to go.
So far, you look at the way this game has gone. Outside of Titusville's opening drive, which went about 9 plays, it's been 3 and out after 3 and out as Corbin has the ball and he's upended. Great tackle there. And we got a flag that flies and a great open field tackle by
Yeah, pushing and shoving, helmets flying, everything else back upfield.
Jacob Holloway will check the flag, too.
And Corbin's got his hands out in the air. Coach is not happy with Corbin down on the sidelines. That's the thing we saw last week against Cocoa, and I saw all the love on social media for him. I don't know what you would call it, like kind of humping the end zone there a little bit at the end. Can't do it. Can't do it. Got to keep your head, son. And we'll see where this one goes. This is Eau Gallie's best field position of the night, and we'll see if the penalty's against him or not. And let's see what Dwayne, personal foul. Yeah, it's going to go. No, it's against 14 and Corbin. They'll offset. Who's 14 for Titusville? Because I'm not just going to call out Corbin and not give the name of the guy on Titusville.
Billingsley, Brian Billingsley.
Okay, so Billingsley and Corbin mixing it up. They got to keep their cool, man.
Yeah, especially I know it's going to be a heated contest tonight. Already a very close game, no score. Neither offense really getting able to move the football, as we'll see another punt.
So now we redo it, and Corbin's not back there to return. It's Larice.
Got to give some credit, though, to Holloway. I know, obviously, that tackle won't count, but it was a great tackle in the open field as we see Waylon Gardner back deep to punt.
I can't believe they kicked it to him.
Titusville was short one man. Now they got another.
Yeah, it's hard enough to play 11 on 11.
Gardner gets this one just off, and Larice is backpedaling, loses his footing, and it's going to take a Terrier bounce at the 5.
Wow.
And a lucky break for the Terriers. Great punt by Gardner. We do have laundry on the field here on the near sideline.
Here we go. Keep your eye on Summers while I fix the scoreboard here.
So we're getting a sideline warning. So the Eau Gallie Commodores, again, going to have to start deep in their own territory.
That is deep in their own territory.
I don't know. I mean, Alan, you think they're starting 3 drives. They started from the 8, from their own 10, and now their own 5.
Yeah, I got to move this over here a little bit, so let's do that. And I think we just have the edge of the windowsill here, so we're good.
So X-Man standing on his own goal line. Going to hand it off this time. And it's a great job by Bill Jefferson, Tank Harvey, and company as they limit him to maybe a yard gain to the 6.
Again, gang tackling, getting it done for Titusville.
Didn't quite see who the ball carrier was on that one. But we'll see 2nd down and 9. And again, that's the biggest thing here. You also look at the depth of the Titusville Terriers safeties right now. Again, you're talking about maybe 8 to 10 yards off, and that's pretty much what you want to do here. Until Eau Gallie threatens you over the top, you can encroach those safeties up as much as you want. Larice will keep it this time. He's going to test the edge, and he'll be thrown back inside. Great job by Bill Jefferson, the defensive end, and Larice's helmet comes off again.
3. Larice is actually down. That's not good. He's up. Grabs his helmet as Brody Grantland will come in.
Again, a lot of credit to TJ Montgomery, the defensive coordinator, with what he's done so far tonight, really limiting that ground attack for the Eau Gallie Commodores. As we're under 10 minutes to play here before halftime, no score between the Terriers and the Commodores in what is becoming a very much a defensive battle here tonight.
7-3 last year in this game.
Grantland in the shotgun, inches away from his own goal line. Handoff will go to Washington, and he is smacked in the backfield. Didn't quite catch a number on it, but I believe that's the defensive tackle, Lorenzo McCullough, with a great tackle in the backfield to bring up a 4th down and the punting unit.
Knock, I don't know if you saw that play develop, but I'm watching it here on the camera because I'm trying to make sure I don't hit the edge on this window. But McCullough just took the offensive lineman and shucked him like an oyster to the side, buddy. I mean, and that's just a great play.
As a defensive line coach, you'll love to see that from the defensive line, to just move those guards like that and then go upfield and make the play.
And here we go again. If you're Titusville, this is opportunity after opportunity as long as Larice don't boot this one 75.
And Larice,
my
good
goodness.
kick from Larice once again. Christian's going to let it bounce, and it's going to go back into Terrier territory and go all the way to the 45. And that's where the Terrier offense will start.
Yeah, that's what he's kicking from his own end zone. So gross on that 65, 70 yards. Net I would think is 55. What a kick!
Yeah, again, what a great. I know they put the highlights up earlier, but man, when you watch the highlights from what Xavier Larice did against Cocoa last week and what he's done his entire career, he's just if you're just a fan of the game of football, he's such a fun player to watch.
He certainly is. Good baseball player too, man. I love watching this kid play baseball.
Billingsley now in the shotgun, looking to Coach Diesel for the offensive play call. Again, you look at where the Commodores are defensively. Larice and Gallardo up front, bringing a lot of guys, showing blitz here from the Commodore defense. Do you try to go up top as the clap comes? 1st and 10. Billingsley throws over the middle, and it's almost caught. Tank Harvey, the receiver, intended, as Billingsley had kind of had to throw off his back foot, but there was some trouble there, as well as there were some red jerseys in front of Harvey, too.
Got to give him a chance to catch it, but a good job getting rid of the football because they were in his face. That is for sure, Knock.
Yeah, again, both defenses, until either offense shows that they are willing to go over the top, these safeties are going to play 8 yards or closer, because right now Gallardo and Larice essentially playing at the linebacker level. 8:32 to go here in the second quarter. No score between the Commodores and the Terriers, and a big district battle here at the campus of Eau Gallie High School. 2nd down and 10. Billingsley looks to Tank Harvey on the screen, and Harvey shakes one tackler, turns on the Jets. He's got blockers in front, and Harvey's still on his feet. Finally brought down after a big play there. Daniel Tolbert saves a touchdown.
And I tell you what, again, we talked about the impact of Harvey and Kamari Jackson, and there's Tank Harvey putting the heat on the Eau Gallie defense. Great. That's a great play call and well executed there.
Oh, you love the wide receiver tunnel screen. You get the blockers out in front. It's a big play, 31 yards there for the Terriers offense as they are now creeping in and getting closer to the red zone. Their best chance right now to put points on the board as we're under 8 minutes to play here before halftime. Bland, the receiver, at the bottom of your screen. Billingsley in the slot. Jackson's sidecar as he moves right to left now to Billingsley. 1st down and 10. Blitz is shown, but is coming. Billingsley throws it up, looking for Bland, and is it caught? It is caught. Dion Bland for the touchdown for the Terriers.
Man, this window's killing me, bro. I think we got it, though. And we had a hold. We had pass interference. We had it all. They missed a hold in the backfield on Titusville. Dion Bland. That was, I would love to say that was Billingsley, but that was Bland, man.
No, that was all Bland because, again, Billingsley threw it up, trying to let his guy make a play on the ball because, again, pressure was coming. Eau Gallie bringing at least 5 or 6 on Titusville's offense, and again, just an incredible play by Bland to take the ball away and get it in there and for a score.
Well, at least now I know what we can do here. We can shoot through the glass. I didn't know if we could shoot through the glass, but we can. The kick is up, and it is good, Knock.
So 3 plays for the Terriers leads to a score with 7:29 to go here. The Terriers lead 7-0.
They finally capitalized on the outstanding field position, Knock, and they had to do it. They had to do it.
Yeah, they did, and you love to see what they've done now with that great field position. Again, now here's what you got to do as well. Now on the kickoff team, you got to try and keep them down there as well.
Yep, no doubt. And I'm going to say this. They hit the extra point, which is huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Eau Gallie does struggle in that department. John
Yeah.
Adams has had his moments where he's been able to kick the ball, but last week we saw a block. We've seen multiple blocks throughout the season on the extra point.
Yep, so we are going to go from, you'll see what I'm talking about here. I think we got this thing figured out. We're going to go, when the ball is kicked, you'll see what I mean here. I'm going to shoot right over the top of those notes here. No, you're good. You're good.
And the kickoff, a squib kick right to Corbin. And Corbin trying to make some guys miss. He's still on his feet. And check that. That's not Corbin. That's Tay Johnson. And a nice return by Tay Johnson. And the Commodore special teams strikes again.
Yeah, great. This is the best field position tonight that Eau Gallie's had. And you kind of feel like they got to have an answered drive right here, Knock. They just do.
Well, again, I think the key is going to be here. You got to try and get those safeties for the Titusville Terriers to back up a little bit. And the way to do that is for Eau Gallie to try and throw some passes across the middle of the field, because right now, again, they're bringing so many guys close to the line of scrimmage.
That was going to be my next thing. We wrote in our keys to the matchup to this game that they are going to have to put the ball in the air at some point tonight. Otherwise, you can just tee off.
Well, exactly. And now you can see the safeties now playing back a little bit, sitting at about 10-yard depth. There's a pop pass. No, it's Larice that keeps it, and he does a nice job. He'll gain about 5 or 6 hard-earned yards as multiple Terriers in on the stop. Leading the way was Jabari Green. And Bill Jefferson, as well as Diego Collins, was in on the stop.
Man, I hope we got that catch.
So a gain of 5 for the Commodore offense and Xavier Larice. And that might be the thing, too, for Eau Gallie. They got to start testing the middle of this defense because they've tested its edges. They haven't had a lot of success.
No.
And it looks like Coach Sands is going to want to discuss things here on this 2nd down and 5. 6:21 to go here in the second quarter. Titusville leads 7-0 over the Commodores.
Hello, Space. So, rewinding and taking a look, we did get the catch. Let's go. Let's go. I don't want that poor kid and that catch not to happen. So I feel good about that.
Handoff to Monroe, goes the other side. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain as he'll be brought down at about the 49-yard line is where they're calling.
Everybody at home is probably, what the heck is Allen doing? It's that window frame right there in the middle. That's what happens when you don't have Caleb, right? 'Cause I got it right. So, somewhat.
3rd down and 2 for the Commodores. Larice all alone in the shotgun. High snap, flag flies. Larice tests this near side. He'll get the first down yardage as he gets to the 49. Great stop by the Titusville Terriers.
That's close. That's close. I think close enough there. I think that's coming back.
We'll see what the penalty's on. And Xavier Larice right now.
He's struggling. It's his hammy, dude. He's holding the inside of his hamstring, and he can't believe it.
We're going to see where the officials spot this ball. Looks like it's going to be on the 49. And we might be calling for a measurement. Maybe.
What was the flag?
Oh, they're picking it up.
Picking it up, okay. Chris Sands says it's a first down, so it must be. That's a first down. That ball, that's a football past the first down marker. The line to gain was the 49. That ball, the nose of that ball, yeah, it's right there. Yeah, half a football. Here we go, and now you'll see the new laser technology employed by the FHSAA and Brevard Sports Network. If you look on your screen, you'll see a yellow line coming up here in just a second. And so let's see here. Let's see. Oh, no. Oh, and it is first down. Oh, man, I can't believe that happened, Doc.
Well done, Alan. Well done.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I had to have a little fun, man.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. That's fantastic.
It's been a stressful 2 weeks, man.
We're taking officials timeout. 7-0. The Titusville Terriers leading the Commodores after that laser measurement that we just had. Grin, technology, a wonderful thing.
Yeah, it is. You got to love it, man. You absolutely got to love it. Oh, my goodness. But everybody that knows we weren't putting any lasers up on that screen.
No.
We can't even get past the windowsill.
The modern-day struggles of broadcasting.
We got a phone in a tripod. there ain't nothing coming up on that screen. That's modern-day technology. Oh, I needed that laugh.
So first down and 10 here for the Commodores after the official timeout. And again, the offense for the Eau Gallie Commodores showing that wildcat.
And interesting.
That's going to be Monroe. Monroe testing that near sideline. Brought out of bounds. And this time he's tackled by Jaden Mitchell.
I'll tell you what, the interesting part about that was there was no Xavier Larice out there right now. Xavier's sitting down on the bench. And I believe Xavier Larice has got that hamstring issue sneaking back up on him. He's down on the bench talking to Joseph Allen. And, man, you would hate to see that become an issue again for the X-Man. But it's T.J. Monroe running the Wildcat now.
First down and 10 from the Terrier 39 as Monroe is going to gain a couple of yards. Tackled by Samaja Glover.
And Xavier's up off the bench, and he may just be taking a couple plays up. But you saw him grabbing the inside of that leg for that hamstring. 4:32 to play in the half.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think if you're Coach Sands, you maybe just give Larice the break here, let this Wildcat run as Corbin now takes a direct snap, now challenging the near sideline. He does. Corbin down the sideline, 10, and he's down at the 7 as he's tackled there by Tank Harvey.
I'll tell you what, speed kills, and T.J. Monroe and Xavier Corbin are killing in speed right now because there's an element. The quickness. I think what the word I'm looking for is more quick than fast. Now, that's fast, but quick off the snap we've seen on this drive.
Well, the thing is, too, is that what Eau Gallie's done is they've condensed their formation, so now it really condenses Titusville's defense,
right.
And Titusville doesn't have the guys on the perimeter because that's twice now we've seen Eau Gallie be able to really test the edge where earlier in the game they couldn't.
That's a great point.
So an adjustment now that Titusville's defense has to make here with 4:13 to go. And the Eau Gallie Commodores doing a nice job adjusting here on this drive without Xavier Larice.
But again, it becomes point, counterpoint, chess. How long can you keep it up? And if anything, you absolutely have got to get this touchdown right here.
Mm-hmm. See Jason Mallor check into the ball game as a fullback.
Yeah, that's a guy I'd like to run behind.
Let's say Mallor as well as Richardson and Monroe, the upbacks. Corbin lining up at quarterback, taking the direct snap. Gonna test the edge, tries and shakes one guy, and he'll be brought down as there was 3 more Terrier defenders there in on the stop. One of the guys being Pee Wee Fletcher.
Sometimes you got to plant your foot and go north. He didn't do it there, and they forced him outside. And as a result, it's 2nd and goal now, Knock, from the 12, and the clock continues to run with 3:47 to play in the first half. Coming up at halftime will be a one-on-one interview that I did with Xavier Larice earlier this week. You'll see that. It's an extended halftime, I believe, because of homecoming, right?
So Xavier Larice now back into the ball game as Eau Gallie will spread out this Titusville defense. Man in motion, Monroe. Larice going to keep it himself, trying to find as he goes into the arms of multiple Titusville defenders. And there's a penalty flag that flies. Curious to see the flag.
If it's against Titusville, it becomes 1st and goal again. Dead ball. Personal foul. Oh, it's against Eau Gallie. Wow. That's going to be 15 yards the other way, and now it's going to be 2nd and goal, Knock, from the 27. Boy, that's tough.
Yeah, I was about to say again, just mistakes compound mistakes.
Yeah.
And this Eau Gallie Commodores team has seen that. I go back to the game against Heritage.
Yep.
Again, that game probably could have been a little bit more in Eau Gallie's favor, but multiple penalties took them out, just like this, out of scoring opportunities.
Now, for the first time I've seen in this Wildcat, we got 5 wide.
Yeah, again, all alone. Larice, he's going to load up, fires a rainbow, looking for Captain Roll, and it's going to be a fight for the football. It's a touchdown, Commodores! Captain Roll comes up with it.
What a play by the freshman. Unbelievable play by the freshman. Captain Roll. What a play, Knock.
Absolutely. He fought for that ball. We got a penalty flag that flies in late. Again, here's the problem. I think it was Pee Wee Fletcher and Captain Roll that fought over the ball, and neither guy's letting it go. And was that Corbin or was that Roll? Oh, that was Roll. Okay.
Okay.
But, yeah, I think Fletcher and Roll fought over it, and the problem is that when that happens, it's going to go to the offense.
Every time. You see it in the NFL every time. I tell you what, that's a heck of a throw by Larice.
Yeah, absolute rainbow right to Roll and letting Roll make a play. Again, Deion Bland just did it for Titusville. Now Commodores Captain Roll doing it for them.
2nd touchdown pass of the season by Roll, and the first one was a beautiful corner route fade from Brody Grantland. I mean, a good pass from X to get it up there, but, man, what a play by a freshman.
Mm-hmm. No, Captain Roll with his size and everything that you like about what he brings, just, again, using his athleticism to go up and get it. And you got to give credit to Pee Wee Fletcher, too, as John Adams attempts the extra point. It is up, and it is good, and we got a 7-7 ball game.
Oh, all even, Knock. We're all even. We'll step aside and be right back with the kickoff here on Brevard Sports Network. That's all of our great sponsors, Brevard Sports Network. They have been tremendous to help us, and we need their help and your help more than ever now. Let's help get Caleb healthy. Good news, bad news, Caleb will be back in Brevard County tomorrow.
No, love that. I know he's been up in Daytona. Bless you.
Excuse me. He's being transferred to Sea Pines for rehabilitation for the next month. Still multiple surgeries to go for Caleb, so. .251 to play here in the first half. And that penalty was 15 yards against Titusville as they walk it off here. 7-7. And this is about the game we thought we'd get tonight.
Yeah, so we've seen a lot of defense, and again, you talk about it, short fields. So far, neither offense can really drive the field, and it's been either penalties or mistakes that have allowed the other team to get that short field. And you look at what, Gallie getting their best field position at the 41, Titusville getting it at the 45. We'll see what we can get here. I don't think we'll see a return. Well, this one's going out of the end zone, and the Terriers will start on their own 20.
Would you like to see the NFL kickoff at all three levels?
And what?
The new NFL kickoff. Do you like it? I love it.
I like it. I like it for the NFL.
Yeah. I love it. I absolutely love it. I don't know that you could ever pull it off at the high school level.
No, I don't think so.
But
well, and again, that's a skill. Those guys do that. I don't know if you have this. I mean, there's great kickers at high school level, but telling high school kickers to really pin it within the 20 yards, that's a tough ask.
Yeah. Well, they're all 10, 15 yards short anyway.
True. Very true. So first down and 10 for the Terriers at their own 20. 2 minutes and 51 seconds to go here before halftime. Can they put some points on the board?
I want to thank Space Coast Lacrosse, our second quarter sponsor.
Jackson takes the handoff, goes right up the gut, fires the Pistons, and he'll be stopped after a gain of about 3 or 4.
Kamari Jackson.
Or 2.
A couple of weeks ago against Vieira, came out in that third quarter, and it was the drive of Jackson, the drive of Kamari, I called it. They rode him down the field, and he punched it in for a touchdown, and we haven't seen that here tonight. And I think Kamari Jackson needs to see the football a little more.
Second down and 8 now for the Terriers. The clock continues to tick away. Hand off to Jackson as he tries to test that edge, and the Commodores will wrap him up. He'll lose about 3 yards, and it'll bring up third down and 11.
Well, I think you got to take a timeout if you're Chris Sands, and he does. So that's their second timeout. Did he take it? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he took it. So now it's third and 11. What do you do here? I don't throw this football.
It's tough because even if you run the football, they're going to take a timeout. So it's not like you're really running that much clock off. So I think what you got to do here is you got to try and draw up your best play that you have. And I just don't think it's handing it off because right now what we've seen so far, you can't really – Eau Gallie's not letting you get to the edges here tonight on the run.
What about a little dump-out swing pass?
Yeah, I think the dump-out swing, fire everyone downfield, and try and get an advantage for Jackson to be the athlete that he is and make a guy miss, and all of a sudden you got a whole new set of downs.
Eau Gallie, Titusville's got to be careful here because Eau Gallie could potentially be on the verge of a 14-point swing here that could make this a 21-7 game.
Exactly, because they will receive the second half kickoff. So a big play here for the Titusville Terriers. You'd love to see maybe the ball in the hands of Tank Harvey, maybe a halfback screen from Jackson if you can. But third down and 11. Billingsley, 3-step drop, looking to throw, goes to Bland, and nice. Bland makes the catch at the 30, the 35, and he's still firing his Pistons, and he'll be brought down at the 38.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach Hall and Coach Ramos is going to want to know what happened there because Bland was wide open standing there.
Yeah, again, off coverage coming from the Commodores. Bland on a little out route. Billingsley fires it on his cut, and a nice job picking up the first down. And the Terriers' offense continues.
Yeah, I did. Nice job by you, Knock. I don't know that I would have thrown the football there. I'm just being honest.
Again, I think also good recognition by Billingsley, kind of seeing that off coverage as we'll see a little more press here. Billingsley, 3-step drop, examines the field, throws it quickly out, and that is to, I believe, Alex Christian. Christian will get the forward momentum at the 48. 1:28 to go here in the second quarter. The Terriers right now with the ball and trying to get up and moving here.
Your playbook's wide open here on 2nd and 1. 1:15 to go.
I think now with as much time as you're running off the clock here, I think you really got to – and Coach Matt Diesel's going to go ahead and take a timeout, and he really didn't want to.
Yeah.
But a lot of clock came off there as they were trying to set up.
Yeah. So 1:05, that's their first timeout, I believe. Is that their first? Titusville's?
I was going to.
So we are told Eau Gallie's got one timeout. Titusville, yeah, they definitely didn't want to.
No, I think that's why we saw Coach Diesel so frustrated because he didn't want to waste that one time out there. Because now, again, you're almost taking the middle of the field away. Maybe you can run one play towards the middle of the field, but you've got to run it almost inside the 20 at this point.
Right.
Run a post or something like that because – again, with how much clock is they're going to run off, you're just going to run into issues. So now you almost have to really test the sidelines.
Again, coming up at halftime, an interview with Xavier Larice.
Second down and about 1 to go here for the Terriers offense. Jackson sidecar left to Billingsley. Whistles fly. We got a flag.
And that's not good. False start.
Coming out of a timeout. That's frustrating. So instead of second down and 1, it'll be second down and 6.
I tell you what, I am impressed with the progress of one Will Billingsley, the quarterback for Titusville. I was not impressed week 1, but his growth since then to now, he looks good. I mean, considering what Eau Gallie's putting on him.
Eau Gallie's showing blitz here. We'll see if they bring the house. They do. Billingsley's going to have to fire it away. Throws it over the middle of the field for Christian. Christian reverses. Goes to the sideline. Heads to the egg and goes out of bounds and stops the clock at 57 seconds.
This is a pretty precision drive here by Billingsley. I like it.
And I love the awareness by Christian to reverse field and start going to the sideline.
Yep. You have no timeout, so Billingsley's got to beware. I still think as long as your offense knows that they got to get up, I still think the middle of the field here with 57 seconds for maybe one shot you still have.
Again, we'll see here now as the safety's starting to back up. Looks like Gallardo and Larice back towards their own 30. Blitz shown, now backing out of it. Terriers. Billingsley looking and throws. That one is incomplete, intended for his younger brother, James Agner, in on the coverage, and it'll bring up an incomplete, and it'll be second down and 10. Only 5 seconds off the clock on that one. And it looks like we have a penalty.
Holding against Eau Gallie. Whoa, that's big. That's 10 yards.
So now the Terriers will get up to the 35 of the Commodores.
Defensive hold. It's 10 yards.
So, again, if you're the Titusville Terriers here, I don't know their field goal kicker situation. I don't know what his range is on this side. But if you can get within the 20, put some points on the board, take a lead into halftime, you feel good.
I don't know about this year, but I know Dean Stewart could have hit it last year. Dean Stewart was a good kicker. He was our special teams player of the year last year, Dean Stewart was.
First down and 10. Eau Gallie's showing blitz, bringing about 8 guys right on the line. Billingsley sees pressure, rolls to his right, throws it deep, looking for Christian, and that one is going to be incomplete. Excellent coverage by Xavier Larice.
Another flag down in the secondary knock. This might go against Eau Gallie too.
I was going to say, because I don't think that's not pass interference on Larice. That's just good coverage.
No, I think this could be another hold. Yeah.
Holding.
2 straight holds. 44 seconds here, and Eau Gallie's just giving them 20 yards.
So now the ball gets moved up to the 25.
I don't know. I didn't see a hold. But you never know.
Billingsley's, I got to feel, getting more and more confident throwing this football.
Yeah, why not?
First down and 10. The Gallie Commodores' entire defense on the line. Pressure comes. Billingsley's going to have to get rid of it. Throws a little bit of fade route to Bland, and Bland almost makes the one-handed catch as it falls incomplete.
His helmet comes off, and he's got to come out. And
I don't mind the shot taken there, though.
I'd take another one.
And we got a penalty flag that flies on the far sideline.
It's going to be a sideline warning. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Titusville. That's from the sidelines, man. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Yeah, so you just all that yardage you gained by Eau Gallie's mistakes, you make your own and you back it up.
That's just foolish.
So instead of being at the 25, they're all the way back on their own 40.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that to your football team. I don't know who did it, but you can't do it.
36 ticks to go here before the end of the first half. The Eau Gallie Commodores will receive the second half kickoff. And this has been a fun matchup here tonight. So right now we'll see Quay Sanders, the receiver at the bottom of your screen. Billingsley on the receiver screen. He'll be met quickly there by Gabriel Player.
You got no timeouts. Call makes no sense. You need something to the sidelines now.
Yeah, I was going to say 20 seconds now. I feel like anything's going to have to be a shot. It's third down, though. You just really can't spike it, and they are.
Yeah, that's just bad clock management. Chris Ainge is not happy. He thinks he dropped the football instead of spiking it.
So it's fourth down and 35 to go here.
Yeah.
If you're the Terriers, do you just say, okay, we're going to throw it down?
I've got news for you. Right now, with the way they're going these last couple plays, take a knee and get the heck out of here. 16 seconds. Punt it.
And I don't think they're going to hear you on that one there, Alan.
Yeah, I don't think they are either. But I'm telling you right now, the last two plays have been mind-numbing.
Tank Harvey, the receiver in the slot. Christian, the receiver on the far side. And we got penalty flags that fly once again. And it looks like it's going to be encroachment on Eau Gallie. So we're going to take it to the 30. This last minute has taken about 10.
It's an NBA 4 minutes.
15 seconds to go here before halftime. Terriers with the football here, fourth down and 15. No timeouts for the Terriers, so it's either got to be in the end zone or out of bounds. Billingsley, three-step drop. Here comes the pressure. Fires it towards the end zone, and that is going to be incomplete. And 8 seconds remain for the Commodores to see if they want to do anything or just take it to half.
I think I got that end zone thing licked there on that one. Eight seconds. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing anything.
Especially with you getting the ball, you know.
Yeah, I think I just get off here and get my guys rested up. This has been a physical first half.
Very much so. So we'll see what they decide to do here for the Commodores. Again, I necessarily don't mind the shot. I just kind of wish maybe there was one or two other receivers that were in that end zone.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago against Vieira, they did the old hook and ladder play.
That
went for a touchdown.
If you could have run that, ooh.
Yeah. that nearly went for a touchdown. I thought maybe we could see that. Titusville ran it to perfection that night.
So right now, just making sure that a Titusville player gets off the field as he was being attended to. Looks like he's at least going to make it to the sideline under his own power. And we're going to see Monroe, I believe, take the handoff. He does, gains of a couple. And that's going to do it for the first half. 7-7, Terriers and Commodores locked in a district battle here even on the Brevard Sports Network.
Yep. All right, so coming up is right now, actually, an interview I did earlier this week with Xavier Larice here on Brevard Sports Network. Sit back, grab a drink, and listen to me and X-Man chop it up here. And a pleasant good evening to you and yours, and welcome to Brevard Sports Network, a special edition tonight of One-on-One. And we don't get an opportunity to do these interviews a whole lot anymore. But if we were going to do one, and especially on a night like tonight, this would be the one I would pick. Joining me tonight live here is a young man who I've watched grow up playing sports in this county. And what I saw from him on Friday night was nothing short of absolutely spectacular. I've seen him do a lot of tremendous things in sports, in a multitude of sports, but Friday night was something special. Please help me welcome back here. I don't know, I can't remember the last time. I think it was Thanksgiving last year we talked to him here on, Xavier Larice. What's up, buddy?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. The Oregon commit with me. Now, look, before we get started, I want to start right here before we talk about when you put your head on the pillow Friday night and you by yourself, you're in your room, you're staring at the ceiling. What's going through your mind? What are you thinking about just happened Friday night, and how were you able to compartmentalize all of it?
Really, it's just thinking of all the good, try not to think of the bad stuff that happened, but really just going back and watching the game and seeing where I messed up and where I could have done better. So moving on to the next week, I don't make those same mistakes.
And that's why who you are is who you are, because you didn't say you're focused on what you need to improve on. Well, let me ask you this, okay? You and your football team and your coaching staff Friday night were able to do something that nobody's done in nearly 6 years, and did it at a place where nobody's done it in nearly 7 years, and that's defeat the Cocoa Tigers. Xavier, how did you guys get that done on Friday night?
We had a really good game plan going on. Going into that week, we had a lot of people talking. We just kept our mouth closed, had a good game plan, went in there, executed, and did what we had to do. So,
what to you? I find the dynamic between you and the freshman an interesting one, because you're the senior leader on this team. There is no question about that. But I watch you out there talking to him, and sometimes I see you directing him. And so tell me a little bit about that dynamic between you and Xavier Corbin.
We have it's really good right now because he's still young.
Yeah.
And he has what I don't have. He has the height. So for him to be that young, it's really just me trying to make sure that his head is right. So he's thinking the right things. He knows what he's doing, so he doesn't get in his own head. So whenever he does get the chance to be an upperclassman, he's going to be 10 times better than everybody expected.
And doing the same things and being the same type of leader you are. We're here with the X-Man, Xavier Larice. And Xavier, I'm going to go back to that game because it wasn't just what you did offensively, but I know this year you haven't been on the other side of the ball as much as you want to be on the other side of the football, because you're playing this Wildcat, and that's a lot of beating and banging on your body. But you get in there Friday night, played, I think, nearly every snap on the defensive side of the football. You come up with 3 interceptions, one in absolute spectacular fashion, diving across the field. How did you prepare yourself and your body for what you were going to need to do Friday night?
Really, it's really my dad. My dad helps me throughout most of it. Every day is like it's like a job. I got to take care of my body if I want to play. So that's if I got to take an ice bath after practice, get stretched out, use the massage gun, use a foam roller, take my vitamins. Me and my dad stay on top of it, so I'm fresh every week for a game.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of people, if anybody, better in this county at athletic training than your father, Manny Larice. And I tell you, your entire family, man, are athletes, and you all know how to get it done. That's for sure. Let me ask you this here. I want to talk to you about an aspect of your game. You were just as effective putting your foot on the football and punting. Where in the heck have you learned through the years to punt a football like that? You dropped one, and people are watching it now on the screen. You dropped one inside the 5-yard line the other night. I won't forget this. My broadcast partner says, well, if Larice can drop this inside the 20, and he goes, never mind, he dropped it inside the 5. Where'd you learn to punt like this?
Not gonna lie, I don't even know. Our punter went down. Coach Sands was like, "We gotta find the next man up," and I went out there, kicked one ball, and he was like, "All right, I guess you're the new punter," and I've been balling ever since.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy to me. Speaking of next man up, I know there's nobody on this football team that expected to lose Joseph Allen this year. And Godspeed, Joseph, if you're watching, get well. We want to see you back out there next year. Xavier, what was the tone? I mean, I know you didn't know the extent of the injury at Vero Beach, but kind of once you guys learned what it was going to be moving forward, can you kind of take us through the mentality of the team and how you guys came up with this and what your focus was at that point?
At first we were all down. We were a little sluggish, knowing our starting quarterback went down. We were supposed to, with Joe, we would have been one of the best teams in the States, and we all knew that. But with him going down, at first it was a little slow, but then we had leaders step up. We had Brody in practice. He was throwing some dots. So we had a lot of trust in our team, and we had a couple meetings to make sure everybody was on the right page, knowing that we could still win that state ring. So we got everybody bought in, and now we're all grinding for that ring.
What do you think this right now I think this team can play deep into the month of November. What do you think this team needs to do to be that team that can play for that state? Because with 5 weeks left, there's still plenty of opportunity left to continue to get better. Where do you see opportunity for improvement for this football team?
Really just staying more disciplined and stop getting so many flags. We last against Cocoa, we had a bunch of big plays that got called back, shooting ourselves in the foot. We just gotta stay more disciplined, play our game, and I don't see no team that can mess with us.
No, I don't either. That's for sure. And you don't get an opportunity to celebrate this long because one of the best districts, Xavier, in the entire state is your district with you and Titusville and Merritt Island. So you got to get ready for a Titusville team that last year, man, it was an absolute slugfest. I think the final score in the regular season game was 7-3. You blew them out in the playoffs. So let me ask you this. What was the difference between what happened in the playoff or in the regular season to the playoffs? And how do you, how are you guys going to approach this one coming up?
That one was really just us coming into the game thinking that we were going to dog walk them. We thought it was going to be it's Titusville. It's just going to be another game. Let's just get it done. But they came out there fighting. So this year we're definitely not going to take them easy. We're going to play like it's TFA. We're going to come out there, best 11 men on the field. We're going to do what we have to do.
With you as a senior over the last 3 years, and look, I give Coach Sands all the credit. I mean, he'll give me the business every now and then. It's always Coco with you. I mean, he doesn't say that, but that's what he wants to say, right? To me, to the media. What does it feel like to be a senior in this county at this point, knowing that the Eau Gallie Commodores, no hesitation, no doubt, are the best high school football team in Brevard County?
No, it feels great because I've won this game since my freshman year. and we got it my sophomore year. We just fell up short. So ever since that day, I knew we were gonna get another chance, and I knew we couldn't mess that one up. So it just feels great knowing out there we just did what we had to do and came out successful.
Now, I know that you guys, obviously every team wants to win at home, but how special was it to do what you guys did to them in the trenches, in the backfield, on the defense, on special teams, and do it in their place?
No, it felt great because we had a lot of people talking smack. We just kept our mouth shut. So we knew what we were going to do, and we came out there and executed. So it feels even better.
I love it. All right, let's switch gears a little bit. And listen, I'm going to be completely 100 with you. I love watching you play football. My favorite sport is baseball, man. I love baseball, okay? And I've always enjoyed watching you play baseball. Is there still any future with you with baseball? Will we see you this year? And what happens moving forward with the sport?
This year I decided I'm just gonna take the year off. I finished all my classes, so I'm gonna graduate early, get up to Oregon early, start my classes, start practices. But I still have the love for the game, so you never know. If something happens in Oregon where I need to suit up and go play on the diamond, I might just have to do it.
Let me tell you something, Oregon. If you're watching, you got a Kyler Murray type right here. This young man can play the game of baseball. Man, I've watched you. I think I did a game last year against Rockledge where you went yard in the game. So yeah, man, it's crazy. Let me ask you this about Oregon. I mean, people have talked to you ad nauseum on why you chose Oregon, and so we know all of that. But now that you've been out there a couple of times and you've had an opportunity to see it out there, be out there. What about the culture of that state, that area? Really, what do you really like about all that out there?
I just like how different it is. I've been in Florida my whole life, so just the atmosphere, the people up there are super nice. They made me feel welcome, made me feel like I was at home. Like usually when I go to a visit, I'm like, all right, this is cool, seeing all the cool stuff, but I'm ready to go back home. But when I go up there, I just feel so welcome. Like I would be fine if my parents left me up there on my visits and I just stayed up there the rest of the time because it's just that type of place. It's a great place to be.
What? And I'm not talking about the campus because the campus is beautiful. The facilities are second to none. What those facilities are, I mean, you could literally, those facilities are better than probably 3/4 of NFL facilities, or maybe all of them. I mean, that's just how great they are. But what about that area, that climate struck you? I mean, there's a lot of different things about Oregon. I mean, you take a look one way and it's mountains and trees, and I mean, it's the home of Nike, all of that stuff. What do you like about all that?
It's cool. They got a whole bunch of stuff, nature. They got some good fishing out there, and that's what I like to do.
Right.
But I'm just excited to go out there where there's not really a lot of distractions. I just want to go somewhere where I can lock in on football and not have nothing to worry about, nothing to distract me. And Oregon's the place for that, so I'm ready.
Yeah, I tell you, man. So you're done with all your classes. You're going to graduate early, so you probably be up there what in mid-December.
Yes, sir. I think I leave January 2nd.
Oh my goodness gracious, man! It's going to be wild, man. It's going to be wild. It's just crazy to think of you heading out to Oregon already, man. You guys make me feel so old. As we get set to wrap up here with you, and looking back on your high school career, your little league football, little league baseball, all the things that you've done. What are some of the things that stand out to you that you remember the most?
Definitely just from Little League going up to Eau Gallie. I've been in Eau Gallie my whole life. Just the community and the people that have supported me, coaches, Coach Bush, growing up my whole life. Made sure I was doing the right things, made sure I was in the right places. So I'm just blessed to have that amazing community around me. I'm doing what I'm doing, so I just want to give a big thanks to them.
I'm glad you brought that up because one of the things, X, that we see today, and it's just the culture of high school and college football. And I hate when people say it's a lack of loyalty. I like to call it now a plethora of opportunity for people. But you do see a lot of transfers. Your loyalty. Talk to me about where your loyalty comes from because you have been loyal to Eau Gallie, to the Eau Gallie community. If it's something the Eau Gallie community has truly never had to worry about, is you going off to, I mean, your dad went to where? MCC, right?
Yes, sir.
So your dad went to MCC. People never had to worry about you going anyplace else. Talk to me about your loyalty and where that comes from.
It definitely comes from my parents. My parents did a really good job when I was little, making sure that if I started something, I finished it. So when I came to Eau Gallie, I didn't really get the looks I really wanted my freshman year, but I had trust in Coach Sands and Coach Kiki, and they put me in the best position. So I just stuck it out, and now look at me. Got 60 offers, could go anywhere I want. So I'm just blessed.
That's an incredible answer. And for those that don't know your family, it truly is one of the best. And I absolutely love talking to your dad, your mom, your sister. How's your sister doing?
She's doing really good. She's actually going to play basketball at Eastern Florida, so that's going to be exciting to be able to go watch some of her games again.
Very cool, and there's no excuse not to go watch. There's a couple of Brevard County girls over there, so there's no excuse not to go watch because that's free. Listen, man, where does that win Friday night stick on your list? Is that at the top or in the top 5?
Definitely. I've had a lot of good games, but that feeling after the game, looking into the stands, knowing everybody was down on us, definitely was one of the best feelings out of them all.
No doubt about it, man. And listen, I was wrong. I picked Cocoa Thursday night. My apologies. And I said on Friday's show, I said, look, I should have known better. I just should have known better because I've watched this young man play sports since, he was in Little League, and I just should have known that he was going to do what he did. Congratulations. Good luck. Thanks for spending some time with us here tonight. I personally couldn't be more proud of you, and I'm looking forward to watching you on Saturdays, X.
Yes, sir. Of course. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. For Xavier Larice, the X-Man, I've always called him, I'm Alan Slaughter-Zinski for the Brevard Sports Network. Congratulations to Izzy Gamble. If you know anything about Izzy, great softball player, and she is the homecoming queen for 2025. Well deserved, well deserved. Let's go through the Space Coast Lacrosse scoreboard, and obviously we're, I'm not gonna lie, we're Florida Today's live scoreboard.
Yeah.
All right, so 4:16 to go here in the second quarter, and Osceola Kissimmee's only up on Melbourne 6-0 in that one.
That's impressive and a great job by Melbourne.
Yeah, here 7-7. Rockledge, just as I thought they would do, 21-0 over Deltona. And listen, Rockledge's brutal early season schedule. A lot of people criticize their 0-3, right? But what it's done is it has hardened this team. It's forced them to grow up. I mean, 23 sophomores on this team, 21-0 over Deltona. John Holmes knows what he's doing. Astronaut 7, Bayside 6, Satellite 14, Palm Bay nothing. Wow, and I mean wow. How about that, huh?
I was going to say, Satellite looking pretty good. The only undefeated team remaining in Brevard County.
Alex Batalis with a 19-yard pass from Brody Grennan. Logan Waite with a 66-yard pass from Grennan. Grennan now with touchdown passes 8 and 9 on the year. Space Coast 21, Cocoa Beach nothing. And I tell you, man, that's a tough haul there because that was a great football game last year. Cocoa Beach led that thing 22-6 at halftime, I believe it was, or somewhere in that neighborhood. And Space Coast came back and won that one. Heritage 14, South Fork nothing. No shocker there. Again, Heritage doing the same things they did last year. Tough schedule early, preparing them for district play. No score between Merritt Island and Ed Whiteley's nothing. Reported Merritt Island Christian 30, Calvary Chapel nothing. That's an 8-man rivalry here. So that is your scoreboard. Cocoa, Holy Trinity, MCC, and I'm missing one. Vieira all got the lead in their games on the bye weeks. They all lead at the half. So,
well, I'm kind of curious, Alan, because have we seen any rankings yet out of the SSSA in terms of Satellite? Because I'm curious to where they would be right now.
I would think they got to be at the top of the heap, but I don't even think they're the best team in Brevard in the SSAA. I think that belongs to Holy Trinity.
Oh yeah, Holy Trinity. I
want to see a Holy Trinity and Satellite play, and listen. I mean, and no disrespect to Jake Owens and Space Coast. I know what they've got. I've seen them play, right? In terms of the competition in the SSAA, Space Coast, Satellite, Holy Trinity, those three teams. And, Bayside, listen, I mean, you never know what you're going to get with Bayside on some nights. I mean, they're battling with Astronaut tonight.
Yeah.
But with that said, the three best SSAA 11-man teams are the three we just mentioned.
You think Holy Trinity's got a shot at a state championship within that
I
league?
think we could see two of those teams win a state championship this year. And I believe if Holy Trinity wins a state championship, they will have to beat either Satellite or Space Coast to do it.
All right. That would be a fun game.
How about Space Coast trying to win a second straight state championship against Holy Trinity? That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
That would be fun. That would be a great game.
Yeah, I'd be excited for that one. 42 seconds to go here, third quarter coming up. Hope you enjoyed the interview with the X-Man. Because much as and again, here's a look at, as Eau Gallie comes back to the field, here's a look at those. Thank you to Space Coast Lacrosse for sponsoring Quada number 2. We'll go back to the cruise coach, Dean Stewart Photography. They get the scoreboard tonight. Back to those rankings there on your screen. And again, this one, a lot on the line for Titusville tonight.
Very much so.
If they don't win this one, they got to beat Merritt Island. Because if they don't, they're not in the playoffs. And it's just that simple.
I mean, and that's the thing, too, as we get ready for the second half here, Alan. I mean, what are your takeaways here? What does Titusville need to do here in this second half?
Oh, no. The good news is, hang on here. The good news is I brought that's all right, I'm going to hold this, and I'm going to fix this. They need to, actually, let me get the, can you believe I did that?
I think it snapped off.
Yeah, it just snapped right off, didn't it? But the good news is that there is an extra. Hey, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. Because we're going to set the camera down here in a minute, and we're going to fix this tripod head, which just broke right off.
And good return here from Larice as he looked towards the middle of the field. Tries to shake one defender, and he'll scamper his way to about the 40. And they'll call it the 39, and that's where the Commodores offense will start on their own 39, 1st and 10.
Right now you're getting audio only. My apologies, but I got to get this tripod fixed. And here to deliver all the great audio to you is the man, the myth, the living legend, Anthony Knockreiner. Deliver it, Knock.
Short on myth and short on legend, but absolutely right, Alan, as the Commodores now come out 1st down and 10. We'll see what kind of offensive adjustments they have made here as his defense now moves defensive lineman around. Bill Jefferson coming to that near sideline and handoff to Richardson as Richardson's bounced back into his own backfield. Shakes one guy across the 45 and out of bounds at about the 49. Hit by Tank Harvey, and the Titusville Terriers defense delivers a blow, but not after Richardson picks up enough for a 1st down.
I cannot believe that happened, Knock.
Gain of 11 on the run. And right now, where Titusville was able to kind of keep contain in the first half, towards the end of that second quarter, Eau Gallie was able to kind of start testing the edges and starting to pick up chunks. 1st down and 10 from midfield. Ball on the near side hash mark. Handoff to Richardson again. Richardson jets through the line, and he'll pick up another 5 yards as he gets to the 44-yard line.
Richardson's going to deliver those. Listen, I love the fact that you got a Richardson out there because he's a bruiser. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, it feels like Eau Gallie always does have a power back.
Yeah.
2nd down and 4. Richardson sidecar left to Larice. Richardson once again with the handoff, pushing on that left side of the offensive line. He'll have more than enough for another 1st down as he gets to the 39. 4 plays, 2 1st downs out of the 4 as we're at the 11-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. And the Eau Gallie Commodores just coming right out and running the football with effectiveness.
We just saw Thunder check out. Lightning has checked in. And, I mean, I knew I would do it. Xavier Corbin.
First down and 10. Larice going to pull it himself this time. Turns on the jet, steps on the gas at the 20, and an ankle-saving tackle by Tank Harvey.
Much needed there, and the Commodores have exploded on this opening drive.
Yet another first down, a gain of 23 on the run by Larice.
That's huge right there. That hamstring looks okay, huh?
Yeah, very much so. Again, he's going to the house if it's not for Tank Harvey with the ankle grab. And right now, Eau Gallie doing what they want on offense. And kind of similar as we saw the open of the second half last week against Cocoa, running the football.
In first play, Larice was going.
And the ball's on the ground this time, and Larice is going to lose yardage. He's going to lose 5 as a little miscommunication between Larice and Corbin. Samarius Brown in on the stop. Almost disaster. We have seen Larice put the ball on the ground. There's one area that's been kind of shaky this year. We have seen some fumbles.
His helmet and the ball.
9:45 to play here in the third quarter. Commodores driving after that loss of 5. Brings up second down and 15. Ball now outside the 20 on the 21. Captain roll, the receiver at the bottom of your screen. Man in motion's Monroe. Fake pop pass. Larice goes over the middle, and that one is almost incomplete as Titusville defenders collide. And that was a tough one there. Falls incomplete, brings up third down.
And that's Tank Harvey down, and Tank is going to get up. No, he's not. So Tank, I think, had the wind knocked out of him. So what I'm going to do now is take this opportunity to tighten the bottom of this thing up a little bit here so that we don't have any more issues, because my goodness, if this tripod head snaps, we're out of business, bro.
I was about to say, if the spare breaks, then we're really in trouble.
We're done. Absolutely done.
9:21 to go here in the third quarter. Eau Gallie Commodores face third down and 15. Again, a mistake on the handoff, and then a great job by Titusville's defense, kind of clogging some passing lanes as Larice was looking for a man over the middle.
I have used tonight, and again, this just might be, the broadcasting gods telling me it's time for new equipment, and it's not like we haven't purchased it, but the broadcasting gods were telling me I need new equipment tonight because I have used backup tripod head now, which we're on number 2. I've also used, by the way, two different microphone bugs or microphone covers tonight that I had to replace. So, yeah, that's the broadcasting god saying, you know what, time to buy some new equipment.
Time for a few upgrades.
Yeah, well,
Third down and 15 for the Commodores. Ball needs to get to about the 5 for a first down. Larice checks back, shotgun snap, pulls himself, trying to find a man to go. Larice is going to have the sideline. Will he have more than enough? And he's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 16. He'll be well short of the first down marker in decision time for Coach Chris Sands.
Well, I don't think there's any decision to make here. I absolutely think they're going for this.
And
oh my. Well, that's why I'm up here with you. What do I know?
Coach Sands changing his mind, wants to go for the field goal. We'll see here if this will be good.
This is huge, Knock.
It is, and points are going to come at a premium. We'll see if Eau Gallie can block it. Good snap. Hold is up, and it's blocked. And the Terriers will fall on it. And
I almost feel like, Knock, they would have had a better opportunity. Just kicking in Brevard County this year is not great. And I'm nothing against that young man, but just as a whole, it's not been great. I mean, I think we graduated some really great kickers over the last couple of years. Keelan Gonzalez for Cocoa is probably one of the top kickers in the county. And I haven't seen them all, but my goodness gracious, I think I would put my offense in the hands of Larice and Corbin there on fourth down.
Yeah, I would think so, especially considering the fact all you need is a lane and Larice is gone. So a promising drive from the Eau Gallie Commodores leads to no points. First down and 10 for the Terriers from their own 20. Jackson still on his feet, carrying defenders, and he'll gain 2 yards. But I'll tell you what, that was a hard-earned 2 yards.
I hear the coaching staff over there yelling, hook and ladder, hook and ladder. I don't know that Titusville would pull that back out of the bag of tricks tonight. Do you?
Not right now. I mean, I feel like that would have probably been the play on there.
Before the half.
Yeah.
I can't believe that happened, man.
Under 8 minutes to play here in the third quarter. So far, 7-7. Commodores and Terriers, both defenses playing extremely well tonight. Billingsley's done some nice things in the passing game. We'll see if they lean on that as Jackson gets the handoff, tests that near sideline, and he'll get across 25 as he's wrapped up by multiple Commodore defenders. In on the stop is Agner, as well as
this was
Trey Hill.
This was the MO knock for Titusville to start the second half against Vieira, and that was to lean on Kamari Jackson. And I like it. I like that they're doing it again. If they can get a first down here, I think you'll continue to see that maybe with a little, maybe a play action or something sprinkled in.
3rd down and 2 right now for the Terriers. Ball needs to get to, we'll call it the 30 for a first down. Ball on the 27-yard line, near side hash mark. Billings calls for the clap, gets the handoff. Looking to throw off his back foot, and this one was intended for Christian, and a penalty flags fly for pass
Captain
interference.
Roll held him, grabbed him. You got 2 flags down. Both officials saw it. Captain Roll held him on the coming off the line of scrimmage there, and that's going to be an Titusville first down. If you're going to hold, you can't let the officials see jersey, and they both saw it.
I was going to say it was a little easy to see on that one. Again, Gallie essentially bringing guys up, lining up press man.
Look, Tank Harvey was by him, and that's the smart play by the freshman Captain Roll. At that point, you got to grab him because if Harvey catches that, there's
gone.
only one outcome, and we're watching Tank Harvey celebrate in the end zone right now. 6:44 in the third, knock.
First down and 10. Ball spotted in the middle of the field, the 42-yard line of the Terriers. Tank Harvey, the receiver, the top of your screen on that far side. Alex Christian, the receiver in the slot. Billingsley and Bland, the receivers at the bottom of your screen. Billingsley with the jet sweep, handoff to Christian. Christian trying to find room. Cannot. He's still on his feet, and he's slammed down. And the Eau Gallie Commodores defense in on with a huge stop.
That's a loss of 10 on the play, and I tell you, sometimes you got to know when to go down. And he probably should have just went down on first contact right there when he realized he couldn't get free. But as a result, listen, I admire the heart. I love the heart. I love the fight, the drive there. But it's now 2nd and 20.
Yeah, loss of 7 on that one as they're going to spot it at the 35. And again, these jet pop passes, these jet sweeps, both defenses are seeing them.
They're too fast. You can't get east and west on them. You got to win the battle inside. The guard, the center, the tackles, the nose tackle. That's where this football game is going to be won.
Right now, 7 guys coming. Billingsley looking to throw. Caught to Bland. Bland still on his feet. Makes 2 guys miss. Cross midfield, the 45, and he's brought down at the 42.
Great job by Bland. Bland's going to pick up the first down, and now he's limping. Xavier Corbin saves a touchdown. Because if he doesn't grab that jersey, Bland is gone, knock.
As I say, Deion Bland done a nice job as Deion Bland had the touchdown catch earlier in the ball game. That's how Titusville got points on the board, just ripping it away from a Commodore defender.
That maybe you saw or maybe you didn't see.
And I'll tell you what, Alan, we're seeing Eau Gallie's defense bring everybody to the line. They're showing that pressure, and Billingsley's just going to go, hey, give me a slant on the inside, just cut it short about 3 yards, and let those
He's
playmakers
made
make
some
plays.
nice read and react plays. I don't know that Coach Diesel's given him any authority to change the play at the line of scrimmage, but he has certainly made some nice adjustments.
Especially with the pressure that Eau Gallie is bringing. Because, again, they're daring Titusville to try and put the ball over the top of their defense.
5:33 and running here. Fast-moving third quarter, playing into the hands of the Terriers.
Bland and Billingsley, the receivers on the near side. Ball first down and 10 from the Commodore 43. Billingsley, quick throw to Billingsley to the near side. He'll be thrown out of bounds at about the 41, so a gain of about 2. Or gain of 1. Maybe only to the 42, so only a gain of 2.
A lot of open field over there, Knock, on that right side. Tank Harvey, has that Tank back in?
I don't think, no, that is not Tank yet. That is Quay Sanders,
so
the
you got
sophomore.
Kamari Jackson there, so see what happens.
Second down and 9 for the Terrier offense. 5-minute mark here in the third. Billingsley goes across the middle of the field. That's caught, and a great catch there by Alex Christian.
I'll tell you what, Christian's the smallest guy on the field, but he has got hands, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, and I'll tell you what, Billingsley put that one in a window.
Yes, he did. Nice throw by William. Boy, if they could get a strong finish from him in this one, that could go a long way.
It could. Billingsley.
4:43 and running.
First down and 10 now. Ball on the far side hash mark of the 25. First and 10. Sidecar right is Jackson to Billingsley. Billingsley, 3-step drop, throws off his back foot, and that one's too far out in front of Bland, and that one falls incomplete.
Yeah, that's the best I can do there, folks. I apologize. That window frame's in the way. It is every week.
Second down and 10 now. Again, right now we're looking at this Titusville drive. This will be the 9th play of the drive here. They started on their own 20 after a blocked field goal. And right now the Terriers getting close to that red zone, and they're going to pick up 5 yards as the hard count from the senior quarterback.
Good play. See if we can try to get this. I mean, I have done everything in my power to make sure I avoid that window frame. I'm going to try this. Hang on, folks. I know I'm making y'all seasick. There we go. Let's try this.
Both sides pointing at each other. We'll see what the refs call here, as we do have a conference in the middle of the field.
Dead ball. Offside.
And it's encroachment on the Commodores.
Yeah, I think Chris Sands is happy about that. Gave him a false sense of hope when they started talking about it there.
Mm-hmm. So it'll make it second down and 5 now as the Terriers are inside the red zone. A lot of options here for Billingsley. Jackson sidecar left. Billingsley, 3-step drop. Throws it off his back foot again, and this time it is incomplete.
Great coverage.
James Agner, the defensive back in coverage, great job by him. Couple pass deflections on the season for him. 4, and that makes 5.
Here we go.
I think third down and 5 here now for the Terriers. 4:15 to play here in the third quarter. Tie ball game 7-7.
I'll tell you what, even that pass right there, even though it was incomplete, was a good one.
Yeah, again,
he forced the defensive back to make a play on it. He did. Timeout, Titusville. They want to talk about it. We'll step aside. We'll be right back here on BSN.
I'm Chrissy Lindback with Compass, your East Coast real estate expert.
Oh, yep.
And Larice will go from the 10, the 15, the 20, 25, and a penalty flag flies, and we'll see the penalty.
What do you think? I forgot to turn the sound back on. A rough week.
And it'll be holding against Eau Gallie.
So that's going to back them up 10 yards.
.351 to go here in the third quarter.
How long I forget to turn that off for? Who sent that? Oh, ask him. Ask him how long it was down for. I think since I false start, now they're going to punt it again. 3:51 to go here.
Again, Gardner's done a nice job tonight punting as well. I know we've talked about Larice, but he's had one go inside, a couple go inside the 20s. That one's almost blocked. This one is going to be going into the end zone and not going to be able to be down inside the 20. So first down in 10 for the Commodores from their own 20 And great job re-kicking it because Eau Gallie was going to start around the 35-40.
Yeah, Larice had a great drive to start there, or a great return, setting them up in good field position. And now they're at the 20, first and 10 at the 20. We haven't seen Corbin involved as much tonight in the Wildcat. What do you say?
First down and 10.
Oh, the whole end of the drive. Okay.
Richardson with the handoff, shakes two tacklers across the 30. The 40 goes out of bounds, and a penalty flag flies late.
Let's see what it is.
Pee Wee Fletcher, the man that forced him out. And it's going to be a hold against the Commodores.
That is just an absolute unnecessary hold, too. That negates a huge play.
This is going to be crazy to say, Alan, but I feel like the team that doesn't make a mistake on a key play is going to win this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the ball gets spotted to the 33 because it was a spot foul. Still enough for a first down for the Commodores, though.
At least it went for the whole third quarter.
Yeah, right. Larice hands off again to Richardson. He finds his way as he gets tackled by Tank Harvey, along with a host of others.
Yeah, I think Richardson's the call here. And listen, I'm going to be honest with you. With T.J. Monroe's quickness, and we saw the Monroe-Corbin connection earlier with that quickness, I may try to spring something with T.J. Monroe on him here because how quick he was. He got him all the way down there.
Yeah.
In that Wildcat.
No, Eau Gallie's had a couple promising drives, as we'll see Larice hand off to Richardson. Richardson fires the Pistons across the 40. Brought down to the 42 as he's tackled by Waylon Gardner, the linebacker. Brings up third down and about 2.
2:32 to go in quarter number 3. Big number 71 checking in. He's a big man for Titusville. That is Diego Collins.
And Corbin is going to gain just enough for the first down as he was wrapped up in the backfield, but it will be enough for a Commodore first down.
That's Corbin.
And a missed opportunity by the Terrier defense as they did have him snuffed out. Corbin will check out of the game. He'll come to the sideline. And I kind of agree with you, Alan. If I'm the Commodores, I continue to ride Richardson in the way he's been able to run the football.
I'm definitely riding Richardson.
Larice comes to the near side. Bill Jefferson forces him back inside. Larice comes to the sideline, and he'll be knocked out of bounds, probably about the 47-yard line.
Young man, your left cleat is on the inside hash mark. Did you see that move by Larice?
He's got sick moves. That'll bring up about second down and 6 on that 4-yard gain.
This is one of those drives right now, Knock, if Eau Gallie can keep it up, that just wears down front sevens.
It does as we look at 1:41 to go here. And if you think about it, Eau Gallie's had the football for quite some time. 3 minutes, and now they're operating with
There's Monroe.
As Monroe pops around, we do have a flag. Monroe will get the first down yardage. We'll see if it holds, as we do have a penalty on the far side.
Monroe cut it way too early. That's going to come back.
Was that a legal formation?
Yep. 5 yards. It was almost a Canadian Football League start there by TJ.
You know you're in real trouble if you get the Arena League start.
Yeah, right? But I like the call. I mean, that's what we were just talking about, right? I mean, that's what we felt like you have to do here.
So the ball right now will sit on the 43 of Eau Gallie.
This game reminds me a lot of the district championship 2 years ago when Eau Gallie beat Rockledge for the first time since the Lord was a baby.
Second down and 12. Richardson with the handoff, and he'll be tackled by Lorenzo McCullough for maybe a yard gain. He'll get it back to the 44. I love when defensive tackles get involved in games.
Yeah, well, isn't that what you played?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dwayne Summers, the white hat tonight.
So third down and 10 for the Commodores. Diego Collins in, the big defensive tackle. Tank Harvey in as well. Lorenzo McCullough, Bill Jefferson. Again, this is going to be a play by those guys right now.
It's going to be a fourth quarter game, Knock.
26 seconds to go here before the end of the third. Larice all alone, 5 wide receivers. Monroe the man in motion, fake pop pass. Larice tests the edges. Now he turns it upfield. He's got the steps on the gas at the 30, the 20, the 15, 10, 5. He falls in the end zone for a Commodore touchdown.
What a play. Did you see the move in the backfield? He sucked in the defensive tackle, cut outside, and gone. The X-Man, Xavier Larice, Knock.
Just like last week against Cocoa when the Commodores needed a play. Yeah, same play.
Titusville
56
couldn't
yards.
stop it. Cocoa couldn't stop it.
And again, it's with that quarterback +1 run game. You get it to the outside. You get a hat on a hat. Larice makes one man miss, and he's down the sideline with his speed and his quickness.
Unbelievable. This big extra point.
And it's blocked.
Wow.
And it is Brown that blocks it for the Terriers. So now it's a 6-point lead, 13-7. The Commodores lead the Terriers.
Back in a moment.
Hi, I'm Christy Lindback with Compass, your East Coast real estate expert. When it comes to selling your home, experience and strategy matter. My team and I make sure every detail is handled, so you get top dollar and a stress-free experience. We bring in professional stagers, high-end photographers, and cinematic videographers to showcase your home at its best. Because every showing starts online, and we make sure your home stands out. With consistent communication, strong negotiation skills, and local market expertise, I guide you every step of the way. Because here in Brevard, when it comes to real estate, Chrissy knows. Ready to buy or sell in Brevard? Visit Chrissy Knows, and let's get started.
Welcome back as we get set for the kickoff here. Still 8 seconds to go in the third quarter, but I changed the scoreboard now so I wouldn't forget.
Squib kick there, and it'll be Christian that returns it, and it'll be wrapped up quickly. Great tackle there, and I believe that is...
Number 21?
Is that Washington? Yeah, Washington.
24. No, well, here he comes.
Yeah, Julius Gonzalez
Yeah.
Washington, the senior, was a captain for the Commodores today on senior night.
So 2 seconds to play, and that's the other thing, too. That's the, you feel like that is so deflating as a defense. I know it's still an entire quarter to play, but you really wanted to push this game at 7-7 into the fourth. Not going to happen unless something miraculous happens here.
Well, I was about to say, and again, you talk about that false start, just unfortunate mistakes at key times for this Terrier offense as we see first down and 10 from the 30 for Billingsley and company. That's where they'll work. Christian, the man in motion. Billingsley throws quickly to Tank Harvey, and that one is incomplete. And
that's a terrible call, an absolutely terrible call.
Flag down on the play, though.
Huh?
There's a flag down.
Yeah, I'm saying this is going to be a terrible. No, I don't mean the offense.
My bad.
Yeah, no, that's that. I mean, slant was there. That's just great coverage. I didn't see it. Not on that one. Not on that one. Sometimes it's within 5 yards. The guy's allowed to make contact.
Yeah.
And
We
Harvey,
were going to get tying down, too.
yeah, you can't do it. Somebody just tried to hand me a debit card.
First down and 10 after the penalty, now on the 40. Untimed down here, and then we'll go to the fourth quarter. Billingsley hands off to Jackson. Jackson squirts through. He'll gain a good gain of about 8 yards as he takes it to the 48-yard line.
Want to thank the Cruise coach, Rich Brzezinski here. And Knock, we're going to switch sides here. And as we do that, let's take a look at some of our keys to the game going into the fourth quarter. And we said tonight it would be the X Factors versus Tank and Kamari. And it's an 11-man game, and we're going to talk about the trenches in a moment. But obviously, right now, check box to the X Factors, and with a three-quarter heavy to Xavier Larice on that with a touchdown pass and, of course, the big touchdown run.
Very much so. Larice is, again, he's the best player on the field, and when you have him, and obviously they'd love to have Joseph Allen, but I've seen this too many times. You take your best athlete, you put him at the quarterback position in this kind of situation where they don't have their starting quarterback, and you let him make plays. And as Larice continues to get more comfortable leading this offense, as we get closer to the postseason, this offense could become even more dangerous. And if he can develop that passing game to be more of a threat, again, it could be really, really good for Eau Gallie. Again, I love the way they run the football in that quarterback +1 run game. I know I've repeated it many times, but again, it is so successful because if you can get 10 guys on 10 hats, Larice can make a guy miss.
Much has been made about this Titusville offensive line. Now is where they earn their stripes.
Second down and 2 for the Terrier offense. Billingsley going to keep it this time. Switches around, gets across midfield, and takes it to about the 48 of the Commodores.
Yeah, they're going to earn their stripes this quarter, Knock. I hate to quite put it this way, but they're either in or they're out here.
Yeah. Well, again, Titusville's gotten so close on several drives. They've had the ball in Commodore territory multiple times this evening, and again, just haven't been able to come away with points. Obviously, they did when they had that short field and then that bland touchdown from Billingsley, but now, again, they have to answer that Eau Gallie touchdown.
It's kind of felt like the mantra for me for Titusville this year. So close, so close, so close.
Billingsley makes the catch.
Great tackle.
Great tackle by Daniel Tolvert, the outside linebacker. Gain of about 3 yards, takes it to the 46.
Look, throw the West Orange game out, right? Mm-hmm. So close, they lose to Heritage in overtime. So close last week. If only. If only's got to stop.
Very much so.
They got to stop.
And this game here, if only has to stop against this Commodore team.
Yeah. Because now, if you don't come through here in this fourth quarter, you have put yourself in a situation where you have got to beat Merritt Island.
Second down and 8. Billingsley looks to Tank Harvey.
Oh,
Harvey's going to be wrapped up, makes one guy miss. Sorry, that's Bland. Bland makes 3 guys miss and is knocked out of bounds. Penalty flag flies late.
Wow. They're going to call hit out of bounds, late hit out of bounds on that one. It's going to be 15 yards. The coaches in the coaching box here are obviously not happy about it.
No.
We aren't responsible for anything you hear in the background. But, yeah.
Personal foul. Or was holding or personal foul?
What did he call? What was that call? That can't be a hold.
No, that looks like a personal. That looks like the personal foul. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 15. That's a personal foul. It's got to be a late hit out of bounds and late hit out of bounds. All right, so I don't know. I wasn't over there, so I can't make that determination. But listen, you got to pull up.
Yeah. So first down and 10. Bland with a great effort as he made a couple guys miss. Billingsley hands off to Jackson, and Jason Malador wraps up Jackson for a loss.
My goodness gracious, he's a player, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And that's the thing. We haven't said Malador's name too much tonight along that defensive line, but again, he's one of those guys that gets constant pressure on this defensive line for the Commodores.
He's a hole clogger and allowing the linebackers to make plays too.
10:13 to go here in the fourth quarter. We got a ball game, 13-7. The Commodores leading the Titusville Terriers, but can the Terriers put points on the board?
This is 4-down territory. I don't care how you slice the pie.
We'll see Harvey, Billingsley, and Christian, the three receivers to the bottom of your screen. Bland, the receiver at the top. 2nd down and 10. Billingsley looks to throw. He's got time. Steps up. Looking to go deep for Harvey. Harvey makes the catch for the touchdown for the Terriers.
Wow. There is the Tank Harvey factor. What a catch by Tank.
That was a great play, great throw as well, as they were able to get behind the defense for the Commodores.
I mean, there were 4 guys in the corner of that end zone, Knock.
And he had to wrestle all 4 of them.
What a throw, too, by Billingsley. Looks like he put that only where Tank could go get it.
Very much so. And, again, you weren't sure if he would come up with it because there's a lot of that traffic as well, and he comes away with it.
Wow.
Now the all-important extra point here for the Terriers.
Special teams, man. That's why they're special.
Kick is on the way. It is good, and the Terriers take a 14-13 lead.
And we said, Knock, that missed extra point, how large would it loom?
Again, though, I go back to that. What a play by Tank Harvey to come away with that catch. Again, over multiple Commodore defenders and one of his own teammates, too.
That's Tank Harvey, man. That's what he does.
And, again, a great throw by Billingsley, putting it on the run, putting it in the end zone. And Billingsley with 2 touchdown passes tonight.
Yeah. And there it is again. I hate to keep putting it on the screen, but the guys making the plays in this one are on your screen there.
But a great answer by Titusville, too.
Yeah, no, it sure was.
7 plays, clipsed about 3.5 minutes, and a 28-yard touchdown pass from Billingsley to Harvey.
Now, look, they got a little help. And they,
Eau Gallie did help them, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be disciplined, and they weren't on that drive.
Man, what a game.
Wow, great game. This is a district clash in the mud, just like you like it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. As we'll see a squib kick from Titusville. Will this one go out of bounds?
He touched it, though. I thought he touched it. But I guess he didn't. I thought he did.
So 1st and 10. Ball will go to the 35. And so good field position for the Commodore offense.
So one thing that did not happen last week and has not happened tonight are turnovers. They have not played a factor for Eau Gallie in the last 2 weeks. Titusville can force one here. They could put themselves in the driver's seat, Knock.
Well, my curiosity is what does Eau Gallie do here? Again, my thought is you lean on Richardson here.
Oh, yeah, you just...
And that's the first play. 1st down and 10. Goes to Richardson, gains about a yard, and gains 2 yards.
I think you drive. I think you go Richardson here again, and then depending upon where you are on 3rd down, it's Larice.
Yeah. Well, again, I think you look at it, you give Larice that space to come to the near side, either far sideline or near sideline.
It could even be Larice here. It's about where they were last week on the field when he made that run against Coco.
Larice hands off to Richardson again. Collins and McCullough in on the stop. And we're going to have a penalty flag fly.
No flag. Nope.
And so Wagner as well in on the stop.
Big 3rd down.
Very much so. Brings up 3rd down and 7. 8:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. Eau Gallie Commodores trailing by 1. Larice in the shotgun, 3rd down and 7, handoff, and that is going to be Corbin. Corbin coming to the near sideline, across 40, 45, and it'll get across midfield and enough for a first down. And
Tank Harvey coming in to make the stop, but not before Corbin picked up close to 15 yards, and Corbin is on the ground, knock.
Gets the first down for the Commodores, and he'll get looked at. 8:11 to go here, but a big first down, Allen, as they test the running game coming to the near side. Gain of 12. First down and 10. Larice keeps it himself, has the edge. 45-40, cuts it back inside. 35, and they're going to call him out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, man, I'll save it for the post game.
Gain of 8 yards and what could have been more. Again, it's tough here.
We got a penalty against Titusville that was declined. 12 men on the field.
So it'll be 2nd down and about a yard. Needs to get to the 40. Larice in the shotgun as we approach the 8-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Larice keeps it himself again, tests this near side defense, and still on his feet, knocked out of bounds.
There's a flag. That should be a flag.
And
that's a terrible no call there. You can't two-hand the guy standing out of bounds like that. Did you see the same thing I just saw?
Yeah, I mean,
how do you not throw that flag?
I'm not entirely sure, as we'll see a timeout
Titusville.
The only thing I can think of
was he wasn't out of bounds.
He wasn't out of bounds.
Yeah, well,
that's the only thing. And it's tough to tell from our angle just because it comes to that near sideline. But an impressive drive by Eau Gallie right now, continuing to run the football. So far, Titusville just doesn't have an answer, again, on this running game here. So Eau Gallie leaning on it, and they continue to milk the clock, too.
We'll take a quick 30 seconds and be right back.
We return to action, 1st and 10 for the Commodore offense. Larice and the Commodores driving. This drive started on their own on their own 35, and now they're on the Terrier 33. First down and 10. Larice keeps it himself this time, and he'll be stoned at about the 30. Led by a bunch of Terrier defenders, and his helmet falls off yet again. I think you might hit the mark.
Yeah, we might be at that over/under tonight.
Still a gain of 3 though, so it'll be 2nd down at about 7. Ball at the 30-yard line.
7:26 to play in this one.
Corbin now back in the backfield. That Wildcat. He's going to keep it himself this time, and is met by Bill Jefferson and company. And that's where he'll be stopped at about the 29. So it brings up a 3rd down and about 5.
Comes off the field, hollering and screaming and shaking his arms every time he comes off the field. I mean, every time. Is that what that is?
6.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. Commodores trail by 1 in this big district clash. Larice and Richardson in the backfield. 3rd down and 5. Got to imagine it's 4-down territory. Larice looks to throw,
Nice.
and he's going to run for it, and he's brought down.
Big 4th down now.
He's going to be brought at the 25. Needs to get to the 23.
6 minutes and moving.
Again, here, I think you leave it in X man's hands. I think you leave it in X man's hands here.
Yeah, this is Xavier Larice's football game right now. A card? No. Oh, he's got it down there. Yep.
And it'll be a handoff to Richardson, and Richardson's going to be close.
Man, I think they stopped him. That ball is marked short.
He needed to get to the 23 for a first.
I think he's short, Knock. Is it time for the electronic line?
And it is short.
And what a stop by that Terrier defense, man. What a stop. That right there, if the Terriers can chew up a couple of first downs, wow. I mean, wow.
A 10-play drive that ends with nothing. And it looks like maybe we're going to get a measurement.
Well, I think you can ask for one, but they've already moved the sticks to a first down, so I don't think you can measure now. What a job by that Titusville front.
I was about to say, defensive coordinator T.J. Montgomery's got to be real happy with the way his defense has played, especially that series and this one tonight. And, well, again, another big opportunity here for Billingsley and company. They got to chew up a couple minutes here. I think Eau Gallie's got all 3.
Yeah. Yeah, Eau Gallie does. They do have all 3.
They don't have to use them all, but with 5.5 to play here in the fourth quarter, big moment for this Titusville offense. Billingsley, 3-step drop, looks over the middle of the field for Christian, and Christian goes in the air, and it falls incomplete.
Billingsley just missed him, Knock.
Yeah, that one's tough. And you know what, though? At the same time, too, there was a defender underneath. Again, I don't have the vision that the quarterback had, but, that's a tough one. You'd like to have that one.
We had mentioned earlier Billingsley's smallest guy on the field with the best hands. That one right there was meant for a guy that's about 6'3".
Mm-hmm.
And that'll stop the clock, too, which I don't know, man.
Well, I think here on 2nd down, you got to try and drop something in terms of a run, get that clock moving. 2nd down and 10. Jackson gets upended.
What a play.
And that was Daniel Tolvert once again, the linebacker. We've said his name a few times tonight.
Now it's 3rd down. And 13, definitely a passing down here.
I mean, if I'm Titusville, I'm looking screen, I'm looking flare.
Yeah, I'm not trying to
put anything deep.
And if I am going downfield, as good as a punt.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm letting it fly.
So Tank Harvey, Brian Billingsley, Alex Christian, the receivers to the bottom of your screen. I'd love to see him go back to that wide receiver tunnel screen to Harvey.
Yeah, that worked well.
3rd down and 13. Billingsley throws to Brian Billingsley. Billingsley continuing on his feet, and he'll be stopped at about the 28-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
And now Eau Gallie will take the timeout, but it'll be a punting situation for sure.
And unfortunately, Allen, not even a minute off the clock.
Yeah,
on that drive.
Just don't understand it. I think you got to run on first down and then set something up with play action on second down. I mean, hindsight's 20/20 looking back, and anybody can be an armchair quarterback. But I think in that situation with a 1-point lead on the road with the football, man, the clock is not your friend.
No. Larice back deep to return for the Commodores.
Now you got to ask your defense to go back out there again and do what they just did one more time. Now it's really just about keeping them out of the end zone.
Yeah, I just don't think Eau Gallie has the kicking game. They've blocked an extra point. They've blocked a field goal.
Yeah, I don't think they do either. They're getting right through that interior every time. You cannot kick this football to Xavier Larice.
Waylon Gardner will
But he
punt
does.
this one away. Takes a Terrier bounce, and Larice will pick it up. And he's across the 40 and midfield down the sideline at the 30, the 20, 15, 10, 5. Commodore touchdown.
Unbelievable that they would kick this football to Xavier Larice. The X-Man strikes again, Knock. Again. Unbelievable what this young man does. Unbelievable.
I got that unofficially at about 62-yard punt return. I think he picked it up around the 38, 37 maybe.
That was crazy, man.
68. So 68-yard 68-yard punt return, and Xavier Larice once again.
They're going to go for two here. So we'll just zoom in right here. That's the best I can give you on this, too. Got the whole punt return, though, without getting that frame in there. I was happy about that.
So we'll see Grantland come in at quarterback.
Yeah, this is your best 2-point play that you've practiced 100 times right here.
Monroe in motion. Hand off to Corbin. Corbin's going to test the edge, and he's in.
That's huge, man. That's huge.
And with 4:05 to go, 21-14, the Commodores lead the Terriers.
Wow, we got us a game, huh?
We do, and now Titusville has to respond with a drive.
I still go back to first down, throwing the football.
And you know what, though? And it's just a little bit lower. Maybe Christian comes up with it, but
Well,
ifs, ands, or buts, you know?
yeah.
But what a football game tonight. What ebbs and flows, back and forth.
And look, I mean, there's no guarantees. I'm just saying, I mean, because you kicked the ball to Larice, right? Which you just can't do. I mean, everybody, there are two people in this county you don't kick footballs to. Noah Flores for MCC
Yep.
and Xavier Larice.
Very much so.
And there's no excuse for kicking that football to him.
Titusville Terriers now with all the pressure on them. 4 minutes of clock. And this will be a squib kick, and it'll be Christian that picks it up for Titusville. Coming to the near sideline, and he'll be knocked out of bounds. And no flag.
This is what the Eau Gallie Commodores are so good at, and that is when it matters most. And we wrote this in the preview. When you get to this point of a game, their playmakers are going to – their standouts are going to play better than yours.
Yes. So if you're Titusville, is it you strictly go to Harvey at this point? Do we look for Bland here?
I think you have to get Harvey involved any way you can. You've got to get the ball to him in space somewhere, somehow. I don't think you're going to be able to run the football at all now. I don't think you can run the football now.
No. If you get a chunk play, maybe you can run it then.
Right.
But, again, I think right now Titusville needs a positive play here on first down. Christian, the man in motion. Billingsley, 3-step drop. Pressure coming. Steps up, looking deep for Harvey. And that'll be incomplete. Harvey was looking for a flag. Captain Roll was in coverage.
Well, the ball was 10 yards in the middle of the field. And Harvey was running a sideline route, so I'm not sure where the disconnect was there, but somebody ran the wrong route or somebody threw the wrong route there.
But Harvey was open.
Huh?
Harvey was open.
Yes, he was. It's the ball game right here.
Second down and 10.
This
3:51.
series.
Yeah, this series for sure. Again, you don't have to get it all back. I like if they go back to their out game, I like that as well. Christian, the man in motion. Billingsley looking to his left. And here comes the blitz.
Goodness.
And Corbin will affect the play, and it'll bring up third down and 10.
Xavier Corbin coming off the end on a blitz. Nice play.
$3:45 to go here in the fourth quarter.
And a good job by him to let up and not rough the passer.
Correct.
Safety blitz on that one. Great call by Hall and Ramos.
And great that Billingsley was able to at least follow through and get that one out of his hands.
Yeah, for sure.
Trips formation to the near sideline. Third down and 10, and Coach Diesel's going to take a timeout.
Who took that timeout? That's their second timeout this half. Right now, the biggest difference between these two football teams is Eau Gallie's more buttoned up.
Yeah. Well, and right now, too, unfortunately, this is playing into the Eau Gallie Commodores defense's hands. They love playing press man, and they're bringing pressure, so Billingsley's got to get that ball out of his hands.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, look, they got their timeouts left. There was no panic. Right now, your two timeouts, you got one timeout left here. It just seems a bit askew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For Titusville.
Well, essentially, this is the ball game. Considering they only have one timeout left, you're not going to stop
Is that even
the
a
clock.
word anymore, askew?
I think it is.
Is it?
It's got to be in the Webster's Dictionary, I'm sure.
Somewhere. I would use it. Huh? I would use it in Scrabble.
Fair enough. Third down and 10. 4-down territory for the Terriers. Don't have to get it all here. Ball needs to get to the 40. Billingsley looking to throw. Got time. Going over the top. And that one for Christian again. And that was Gabriel Player in the underneath coverage.
With one timeout left, you got to punt the football. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. With one timeout left, you got to go for this.
So they have 0 timeouts.
Oh, 0. Okay. No timeouts left. That makes it even worse. Got a player down on the field over here. I think that's Tank Harvey. Harvey went way. Nope. It's not Tank. The vertical that young man got was crazy. Lays back down. I think he knocked the wind out of himself when he hit the ground.
I say Alex Christian again trying to go
Tank
up top.
Harvey is not happy about something. Tank just needs to be quiet, go to the other sideline. Tank got 4 holding calls tonight. I'm not sure what he's after on that one. And the referee was extremely patient with him because Tank was, you could see his helmet bobbing up and down.
Oh, yeah.
Tank got a lot of calls tonight, so.
Yeah. And I tell you what, man, Alex Christian's been a tough guy tonight. Made a lot of plays. Tried to make a lot of tough catches tonight. So 4th down and 10 with 3:38 to play. This is the ball game. Terriers have got to get to the 40 if they want to continue this drive. So Quay Sanders will come in for Christian. Tank Harvey, the receiver, to the near sideline.
3:38 knock. This is it.
4th down and 10. Again, got to get to the 40. Here's the clap. Shotgun snap. Billingsley looking to his left. Fires. Caught by Bland, and he's going to be well short by 2 yards. And the Commodores take over on 1st down.
So here's the problem I have there. I'm going to complain again, obviously. If you're going to run that route a yard and a half shy of the sticks, why don't you run it a yard and a half past them?
Pretty much. And so, unfortunately, now no timeouts for the Terriers. Commodores with the football, 3:30 to go here. Just got to make sure you don't put the ball on the ground.
Yeah, if you're Eau Gallie, all you got to do is hold on to the football, pick up a 1st down, the ball game's over. Game's over.
So see that wildcat again. Monroe will keep it this time, runs up the gut, and he'll gain about 8 or 9 yards.
And this is where we talked about last week on the post-game show, protecting Xavier Larice if you're Eau Gallie. And that's exactly what they're doing, and that's a great call to have him. He doesn't need to be in a football game right now.
No, you got plenty of athletes and playmakers. Again, you're just running this clock down. I mean, Titusville can't stop it. The only way Titusville can do anything is if Eau Gallie makes a mistake and puts the ball on the ground.
And I want to say this, and I want to make sure. I'm going to say it on the post-game show tonight, too. The better team tonight.
Ball's on the ground, and Monroe is able to keep it this time. He trips up, and he'll be brought down at the 36.
That you can't do. And if this thing ends up 21-14, last year Titusville fell short 7-3 to Eau Gallie, and that was a controversial fumble in that one and all that. But let me just say this. If this ends up 21-14, the better team won this football game tonight.
Yeah.
They did. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I just feel like, yes, Titusville is close. They're this close. This close. But this close isn't good enough yet for a district championship.
Right.
And they're building something. I get it. Matt Diesel's first year. They're going to get there.
Monroe keeps it this time, tests the edge, and there comes a penalty flag. Monroe will get to the sideline and go to the 20. And
it's coming back, though.
Yeah, definitely coming back. So that does stop the clock, too.
Yeah, 150, though, but I think it's a moot point. And Diesel's gonna get this team. They got to beat Merritt Island. That's just the bottom line. They got to beat Merritt Island.
And that's not an easy task.
It's not gonna be, no, because Merritt Island's gonna throw the football around the yard. And I got news for you. Eau Gallie's got to play Merritt Island.
Yeah, they do.
And that's not going to be easy.
No.
Because Eau Gallie hasn't faced a football team yet that's capable of throwing for 400 yards a game.
Right.
That's Merritt Island.
1 minute and 50 seconds to go here. 3rd down. Wish you had a timeout here if you're Titusville.
Oh, false start. They missed it.
And Monroe's going to continue to churn the yardage. And he'll get across the 40 to about the 35.
It's going to bring a 4th down knock, but again, Titusville gets the ball back here after Eau Gallie runs a play. It's going to be under a minute to go, and they're just going to let the clock run all the way down, then run the play, and then Eau Gallie's got to run on the field, get set, and then try to get down the field. 21-14. What are your takeaways from this?
Kind of similar. I will say this. Eau Gallie's leaning a lot on the X-Man. And, again, we didn't see a lot from Corbin tonight. He had his moments where he made some plays. But, again, X-Man did a lot tonight. Captain Roll with a great catch in the end zone, obviously. But
Chris Sand's going to take the timeout before the penalty. Listen, I think, Xavier Corbin is an electric talent. Him, Tyrese Jefferson, if you're looking for the top 2 freshmen in this county, that's those guys right there, okay? I mean, and if I'm leaving somebody out, Captain Roll, another great electric talent as well. But there's got to be more maturity
Yeah.
And it's got to come now because this football team is going to need both phases of that from Xavier moving forward. They're going to need the electric talent, and they're going to need the maturity.
Yeah. Well, again, it's just you can't have silly penalties that back you up on key plays, or things of that nature.
Or you can't be upset that you didn't get the ball.
So we're going to see Xavier Larice just kind of hold it and continue, and
wow.
He's going to punt that one away.
He mastered that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And I think they might have downed it at the 1.
Oh, my goodness.
They did. Wow.
Well, 50 seconds to go. And the Eau Gallie Commodores have put Titusville in about as deep a hole as you can put them.
99 yards in 50 seconds.
I mean, we said it last week during the Cocoa game, and I'll say it again. Xavier Larice is the player of the year in this county.
Yeah.
Right now. Stop. I don't. Look what he did tonight.
Punt return.
Yeah.
Threw one, rushed one. All he needs is an interception. He might have a complete game.
We could see that because Titusville's going to have to throw the football here, Knock.
Again, though, this is the other thing, too, though, and I will say this in Titusville's favor. We have seen Harvey get behind this defense.
Yeah.
You know, and so if they can find a way. Now, granted, they're going to have Larice. They're going to have Corbin backed up.
Right.
In that safety spot. But Billingsley's going to have to get rid of it quickly and allow Tank Harvey and his guys to make plays. Shotgun snap. Billingsley looking to Harvey, and it's picked off, and it'll be an interception for a touchdown. And that's Gabriel Player.
Who picked that off?
Gabriel Player, linebacker for the Commodores.
Last week, Knock, you said put an exclamation point on it. There it was.
Very much so. Gabriel Player, we were just talking about an interception for Xavier Larice.
Yeah.
Gabriel Player's the one that comes away with it. And they were looking for Tank Harvey. Just Gabriel Player with a great play.
Yep.
Just dived right on it.
I love this down here. We can't see it, though, but.
So the Eau Gallie Commodores will go to 4-2. Terriers will fall to 2-4. And for the Terriers, they got MCC next week.
That's no easy task either.
Right, yeah. I mean, you look at their schedule, MCC, Merritt Island, Palm Bay, and Astronaut. The good thing is 3 out of those last 4 are at home.
Offsides on Titusville.
Looking at the Eau Gallie Commodores schedule, they've got Trinity Catholic next week.
That's not an easy game. Trinity Catholic is one of those teams where you never know what you're going to get, but they're always going to play great competition.
Well, I remember seeing them earlier in the year against MCC. We didn't get to finish that one because of lightning.
Right.
But Trinity Catholic was coming back after multiple mistakes that led to MCC points.
Yep.
But at Trent, and Eau Gallie's not home the rest of the year.
Eau Gallie's got to get this fixed. They have got to get this fixed.
You can't just give away free points.
Well, yeah, you can't do it every time. 27-14 knock, and Eau Gallie wins this football game exactly the way they've won the others. They beat you up late, and their playmakers take over.
Very much so. I mean, again, you look at the way this game has played out. Again, this game started out 3-and-out, but then it was a touchdown pass from Billingsley to Bland. Then on the ensuing drive, a touchdown pass from Larice to Roll from 27 yards out. A 56-yard touchdown run by Xavier Larice. Titusville answers with a touchdown from Billingsley to Harvey. And then, obviously, Xavier Larice with that 68-yard punt return for a touchdown. And that is how we've gotten to here. And obviously Gabriel Player with that pick 6 just a few moments ago. Squib kick. This one will be grabbed by Titusville. And he's still squirming through the kickoff coverage. Still on his feet. And it'll be finally wrapped up at about the 47-yard line.
That play took 14 seconds.
Cedric Wiley, the return man, a fantastic job by him.
All right, Knock. There it is on your screen there. Again, last time, the X Factors, Xavier Larice won this one tonight, didn't he?
He did. I mean, he's definitely the player of the game. You throw for a touchdown, you run for a touchdown, and you have a kick return or punt return for a touchdown. I mean,
jeez,
Xavier Larice just doing it all tonight.
And if you're the Oregon Ducks, you're like, man, I hope, I hope you don't use that arm up,
right?
to coin a baseball term.
Mm-hmm.
But my goodness gracious, what a 2-week stretch for Xavier.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Last week he had, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks.
Yep.
This week, 3 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions in 2 weeks, and you beat Titusville and Cocoa.
This one is caught, and that was a catch made by Jason Dunlap. And Titusville is going to get to the line quickly.
The clock will stop to move the chains. What's the crowd chanting?
Billingsley, 3-step drop, very little pressure. Going deep for the middle of the field, and that one will be incomplete. 2 seconds to go here before the end of the game.
So, Gallie, I'm not sure what the score is between Merritt Island and Ed White tonight, but I will tell you this. Eau Gallie makes Titusville's climb to a playoff berth that much more difficult.
Yeah, they do. And again, the Commodores will see Merritt Island in 2 weeks.
We've got that game.
William Billingsley trying to put a touchdown on the board. Doesn't really matter, but again, this game's, 27-14. This game was a lot closer than what the final score will indicate, but again, just a tough break for Titusville. Billingsley on the run. Going to the end zone. Throws it. And this one is almost intercepted, but incomplete. That is your final. Eau Gallie 27, Titusville 14.
And that will do it from Commodore Stadium. Our Space Coast Lacrosse Cruise Coach, Dean Stewart, Photography Player of the Game tonight, Xavier Larice. Who else? As the Titusville Terriers will fall to 2-4. The Eau Gallie Commodores keep their grip as the top team in Brevard County, and they'll move to 4-2. So I want to thank Athletic Director Todd O's and all of you out there tonight for putting up with that window frame, as we had to. For my broadcast partner, Anthony Knockreiner, I'm Alan Slaughterzinski. This has been a presentation of the Brevard Sports Network. Once again, your final score